They said your mom, she was up for dead. When the girls and all never got
Yo, welcome to SmallmouthCrush Live. I am just waiting on Eric. He's been running extremely late tonight. There he is. What's going on, buddy?
Dude, that is such a big lie. What's wrong with you, man? I'm still backstage, bro.
No, I popped you on.
Oh, that's weird. I can't see it.
You'll be good. What's up? Jeff Riddle, Burn, Grad 84, Jig Squad, Waves, Kernan Ice, Kent from Mud Bay. Greetings from the trailer, Kent. Trailer life. You know what we call Kent? Cape Vincent Kent.
There you go.
Anthony, Eric, Ray Stickle, John D, Alex. Alex is in the house. What up?
What's up? What's up?
Jamie Newton.
Oh, we lost Eric.
Oh, that's all right.
See, first he's late, now he's dropping off the street. This guy,
he cannot get it right. I decided to have a glass of wine this evening.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good show then. You've been off. Haven't been on the wine in a while.
No, it's been a while. Just a little glass. Well, I mean, I filled it.
Sure.
You know,
you got to. Yep.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, got a lot of people in the house. Got a lot of good guests tonight. I think this is gonna be a good one.
We have a great show lined up, but we do have to discuss this past week, this past month, this past year. I'm to the point where it's just a bad 2022, man.
I mean, what's this? You know, everyone gets in a slump sometimes. I guess you just got to figure out how to get out of it. Some people say you just got to keep fishing. Some people have
I need a vacation.
Superstition.
I need about a 2 to 4 week vacation. That's what I need. And not a vacation where I'm on a beach, you know, on a lawn chair or whatever people do when they go on vacation, but more like a vacation to get all this paperwork in order. Speaking of paperwork, the Department of Natural Resources sent me a statement today.
Why don't you dive into that a little bit? What happened?
Well, you know how I am. I don't really read the rules a lot.
Oh, they rung you up
twice in 1 week.
Kind of a gray area. Yeah. So one of those dudes, I
kind of a gray area.
I followed him on
I think I've heard
Instagram.
that one before.
Me too. It seems to be his problem.
Some gentleman watched our live stream a few weeks ago where I was sight fishing for muskies. Apparently, you're not supposed to catch a muskie that time of year. So, Mr. Gabe Warren gives me a call on Memorial Day. I might have had a few drinks. Who knows? Maybe under the influence. Who knows? But the point is, he interrogated me for 45 minutes on Memorial Day afternoon about my sight fishing abilities to catch muskie. He's like, I know that Smallmouth Crush guy. He's got good eyes.
Sounds to me like he was just trying to get a free Smallmouth Crush one-on-one out of that phone call.
I would have hooked. Yeah, he was asking me all about my electronics, and I tried to explain to him what was going on, but he was not liking it. So we settled out of court, although I do have a court date July 11th at Door County. Traffic intake. We haven't settled out of court yet. We could. Well, I could easily write a check. But do you think I'm that guy that's going to easily write a check, Eric?
Heck no.
Hell no.
I mean, that would be some good content. Fighting the Wisconsin DNR live in court.
There's a firefighter up in Sturgeon Bay that doesn't like me that much for some reason. He called me a tool, and he didn't like me catching his muskie. So we'll figure that out.
Oh, so you know who turned you in?
Sure. It's a small world, bro.
How'd you know?
I know these things.
Interesting.
Mm.
Well, now you know. Don't sight fish muskie in the spring on a ladder.
That's right.
before a smallmouth tournament and publish the video.
And then don't post about it on Instagram, talking about
Right.
two giant muskie you caught.
If you're going to break the rules, don't put a video up, you idiot. You tool. You fucking tool bag. Listen.
It's been a pretty interesting spring, starting out with the break into the bass tank, then the ladder incident with the tournament, and then the sight fishing muskie. Is there anything else you could do? I mean, the way you were driving that rental car, you may get a call from Hertz. I was laughing.
Don't even remind me. Yeah, my truck.
I was laughing so hard, man. So it's been a little stressful for SmallmouthCrush, Mr. Travis, recently, man. I will say it's the most tense I've seen him. So we roll into a bay at absolutely the wrong tide. He doesn't want to be there. I'm like, man, just drop shot this area, dude. He's like, you're fishing history for 15 years, man. So he catches a drop shot fish about 3 pound, and then he sits down and the texts start rolling. And he goes, man, I need a truck. And then he talks to the dealer, and it's like, how much is that for a catalytic converter? And the other repairs, $6,000. He goes, I'll call you back. And then he calls his wife, and they have a conversation about it. He goes, fuck it, I'm just getting a new truck. And I'm like, well, you know,
Actually, you can talk about the conversation. You could talk about the conversation, Eric.
It was pretty incredible, man. So talk about your truck woes, bro.
Yeah, so I got a truck issue. They're gonna hit me for a $4,000 repair bill tomorrow, and then they're coming at me with a potential $2,000 bill if the problem consists. I got 150,000 miles on this truck. You know, I'm trying to ride out this issue, this great reset, which I'm trying to fight, but it's gonna happen. And so I'm just trying to get through, bro. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stock up on meat. I'm trying to grow some vegetables. I'm trying to catch as many snakehead on a daily basis and fill my damn freezer that I can. And they just
so I kind of know where this is going.
They
so
keep
this
hitting me down.
This explains a lot. Carl, Mr. Carl, the Scallop King, said he thought the scallops would have cheered you up.
Holy shit, were those some good scallops, Carl?
Wait a minute. Wait, I never tasted one of those. Was that supposed to be for me and you?
No, it wasn't for you, Eric. You get all the good stuff. You get all the behind the scenes.
You told me.
How about that boy at the dock?
We were getting scallops.
You're getting crankbaits handed to you at the dock there at the Ike at the Ike Foundation tournament, like slipped, like sneaky stuff.
It was one crankbait. It was one crankbait. You got to love crankbaits to get a crankbait gift, first of all. So they might have handed you a packet of like hand-poured Neds, but, you know, they knew who to give the crankbait to, right? Because the guy was actually, Travis, did you use your black one yet? And Travis was like, which one is that? I did
catch a fish on one of them.
You didn't tell him that. You didn't even talk to him. I'm not even sure you acknowledged him.
I did. I was moody.
You were moody all weekend. We had a lot of laughs, so I got to tell you, man, it was pretty hysterical.
It was a fun weekend.
It was fun getting.
I got real close pushing your buttons. Well, I did.
No question. In the morning, man. Yeah, absolutely.
You're sensitive, Eric. I learned that.
So here's the deal.
I think come off very hard, like
what?
Determined, positive, ready to go, and I appreciate that. And I apologize. I just want to apologize for messing up what, let's call it, the flow that morning.
Yeah.
And because I watched the video, I edited the video today.
Yeah.
And I saw my mistakes.
Okay.
So I got you, bro.
That's all right, man. It's all good, man. You know, I came in sick. I'm still sick. I can't really hear out of my left ear. That caused some communication issues. I got ringing in my ear that I can hear actually right now. So hopefully I'll be on the mend.
Listen,
man.
we got so much to get into. I know. I'm glad you're feeling better, Carl.
No,
Carl,
I'm not feeling better yet.
I got to tell Carl this. When I talk about those scallops, this dude sent me scallops, a big pile of scallops. And as soon as I got in the mail, I made them one night in the air fryer with bacon and jalapenos.
Oh my God.
And it was freaking amazing. And then I'm like, okay, we got a lot of scallops. I'm going to try to freeze some, but I don't want to freeze them just yet because I want one more serving. So I held it for 2-3 days. I made that delicious. And then I froze 3 other packs, right? All I'm saying is they were the best scallops I've ever had in my life.
Right.
So getting back to the conversation while we were pre-fishing in, where were we? Furnace Bay. We're way back in the bay. And I jacked on the fish on the drop shot, remember? And
That's
then I
right.
got the phone call from the mechanic. And
That's
then
right.
I basically told my wife I was going to shoot myself in the head. That
You did. You pretty much say you're going to kill yourself. Yep.
it was bad.
And she kind of talked you out of suicide. Don't do it over a tournament or a truck.
Yeah.
And then you said, well, maybe I won't this weekend. So I'm glad.
Hold off till next weekend.
Hold off. I didn't want to have to call her up and go, he's gone.
Probably wouldn't be the first time you called her and said that, would it, Eric?
Oh.
Thomas goes, the DNR wants to talk to you about those scallops. You got a permit to have those scallops, sir?
I don't even know where to start with that whole weekend scene, man. It was, oh, whoa. You're back.
How
on
about
the
you
Vino,
peeling
bro.
off in the Toyota?
How'd you like that?
Yeah.
You were driving really fast all weekend, so I figured, I had to give the.
So I have a car rental
on the way out.
Eric
Right.
was my chauffeur. He basically picked the boat up for me and drove me around Northeast Maryland this weekend. And I was hitting it hard. We were having fun. We did some burnouts in the Walmart parking lot at 11 p.m. How about those cigars, bro? So then
we chain smoked. Oh my god! I think I got cancer this weekend too, man. I won't have many spawns left in me after this weekend. I got cancer for sure. What were they? Backwoods smokes. He's looking like Clint Eastwood, man. And they're like, what was the flavor? Wild berry, dude. So he's smoking them. I'm going, man, those smell delicious, man. And finally I just broke down. I'm like, I gotta get one. And then I couldn't stop. It was like literally, and I like nursed mine a little bit. I go, dude, where's your cigar? He goes, I finished that 5 minutes ago. I'm like, you're smoking like a cigarette. What are you doing, dude? You're supposed to enjoy it. It was like 10 packs.
So, anyways,
50
the final scene of the Ike tournament is Eric doing a burnout in his Toyota, whatever you drive, that SUV.
4Runner.
The 4Runner, straight out of the park. Yes. By the way, I threw a giant TRD on the hood of your you might want to check that out. I was thinking later, sometimes that plastic bonds with the heat.
Yeah, I'm sure it's bonded up there right now. You mean on the roof? It's there. It's yeah. Okay,
check the roof, please.
Sorry. Okay, I'll check the roof. No problem. It's already melted for sure.
You might have to take like a scraper. Just take a scraper.
So your $6,000 bill is now going to be $7 because it's going to be $1,000 paint job at least.
I'd argue that just makes the car more valuable. Comes with a giant TRD.
So the last time a guy had a game with me with a cigar, it ended up in different places, and I'm pretty crafty. So now that you've started this, I'll finish it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'll just let you know. So if there's any problems,
so we had high expectations of this tournament, even though we had a shitty practice.
We did have high expectations.
I thought so. I mean, we left the ramp with the stereo as loud as we possibly could go.
Oh, we did.
We were pretty confident this morning. So basically, I had the stereo, the sound system playing Cowboy pretty much all weekend. Remember, we rolled up in the flotilla.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're ready to go to our first spot. We're boat last. Obviously, somebody's there already. Eric's like, go in anyways. Fish catch, and the camera wasn't even on. Then we go to another spot. It was pretty intense. Just saying. That's new for us.
So Travis cooks this fish. He doesn't control it, and he couldn't because this thing was hot.
Well, how about this?
It swam right.
Who puts the net in the Ned rig laying off the side of the boat here? Watch this.
Watch this. No, Travis has his rod like in the net.
So I get upset right there because I'm like, what if that was a big one?
Keep your rods in the boat. Don't lay them on the side. I didn't even see it. Yeah, we're at a low point right now. We're in a low point right now.
Even the speed, bro. You'll see when you hook up, bro. I'll get you in.
Okay, I hope you show a clip where you jump back there.
Huh? Kind of reminds me of the.
I thought that was a good one. Was that practice?
No, this is the
Can't
tournament.
fight it.
Pretty
Oh,
much our lives suck right now.
No.
Where's my hook set?
Oh yeah. I got it in the real video. This is just some clips, bro.
Oh, I got you. You
Look
show
at
your
you.
hook set. You show your hook set in the clip, but you don't show mine. What's up with that?
I had
Selective
a cigar in the
editing.
mouth. I had to edit it.
Oh. There you go.
Good one.
He always
Good one.
says good.
Three-
That's all you've been
three-pounder.
saying.
Good one.
It's all you've been saying all year. And like it's a 50%er maybe.
I thought he was big.
I thought he was big. Like try 2.5.
Call.
I thought he was bigger. He ain't that big, bro.
I've heard that before. That's an awfully skinny 3-pounder.
Huh?
I'll give you 2 3/4 maybe.
Oh,
Travis, I caught 3 bass. How come I didn't make the clip? You were smoking in every one of them?
I guess so. Listen, I
You
just want
absolutely suck.
listen,
If those don't end up in the video,
they will be
I'm
in
gonna
the real
pissed.
video. I just
Yeah.
want to set the stage here. I was fishing a spot on the other side of this, and a boat was coming towards us, and I decided to put it on high, and he actually is flipping us off right now, and Eric thinks he's waving to us.
No,
But
I
I
just said
see-
that to settle you down because I wanted
No, you
to
wave
fish
back
and not-
to the dude. Watch this.
Yeah.
And listen to the commentary. I swear to God that. No.
I can't hear it.
That's what you do if you see a boat coming. You want to fish another spot, right? Why are people so fucking weird? Everybody's feelings are so weird lately. So guy flips us off. What I really need to do.
And by the way, it was the guy we know, and you.
It was
worked
a
for,
buddy of
Jack
ours.
Rankers,
He was
right.
messing with us, but I didn't know that was him or his boat, and he
So
got in
you-
my head.
So you spun out, and I was trying to calm you down by saying he waved because I can't listen to your jawing and try to fish. You're not focused. It's like a golfer who gets out of rhythm. Golfers that throw clubs and throw rods and get all pissed off when they lose a fish take the game and the team out of the game. So I try to balance you that way. I wasn't successful, but it was pretty funny when we actually learned it was Jack. And by the way, Jack was coming to fish where we fished. Instead, he goes into another area and calls 3 times. So we actually helped him get second.
We helped him
And
take
that-
second.
And that's where we were thinking about going. Crazy, right?
So here's I put the video up on the YouTube Shorts. They want me to, I guess if you do more short videos, that helps the channel, as well as on my Instagram. I posted this earlier today. Here's the unedited full many minutes of Eric trying to deal with a catfish. I think it was very fun. That's a good hook set, by the way.
Thank you, man.
I thought you were on a big one right here, dude.
Yeah, dude, me too. Then it started rolling, so I knew.
When did you know? Right here?
No, dude, he swam at the boat 100 miles an hour when it rolled.
That's what yours was too.
No, it wasn't. It's probably a bass, bro.
No, dude, we both got hammer dogged, man. Those caddies will school up.
All right, I
They
need you
love a
to-
chatterbait.
Catfish group together.
Catfish group together. I need you to take.
All right, so
Look how
Travis
long
has,
this is taking.
Travis has a rule: do not bring any slimy fish into the boat. A, B. He's always on the trolling motor when I'm trying to land bass.
All right,
in
listen.
New York and here. So I'm like, can you stop because the catfish doing a death roll?
East of a fish.
Nope. Stand on that trolling motor, man. He just does it to annoy me.
We got catfish.
He's going forward at
Still on the
100
trolling
right
motor.
Still trying to deal with
Yeah, I want to fucking get him off. I don't want to drag him around. He's hard enough. I don't want to get barbed.
Yeah.
Please, just for a second. I don't want to touch him either. I want to bring him in the boat.
I'll tell you a story about why I did that.
Big time. sounded pretty solid too.
You're down there for a while, man.
He's doing the death roll
I'm
on.
looking back like, are you ready? Can I put my foot on the trolling motor?
Look at Travis. He's getting totally pissed off. I love it. This is hysterical.
I was gonna help you right there, and I'm like, screw it, I'll make another cast.
Grab it and take the fucking hook out of his mouth for you.
I don't want to touch it.
Won't do. And now we know
I didn't want to touch him.
why you both the way you do.
I didn't want to touch him.
Period.
I didn't want to touch him.
That's why.
Didn't want to touch him. Thanks, Captain Travis.
Captain Travis, full guide service. I want a fucking refund.
That's why you vote the way you do.
What?
Lost it.
He turns on the
Now we
whole
know.
weekend.
That's why you vote the way you do. What the fuck was that?
Peace and love.
Oh.
Peace and love, man. Oh my God. The last time in practice that me and
Grab the
Scooter decided,
catfish.
hey, listen, last time me and Scooter decided we were going to like catch some fun fish in practice for a bass tournament for actually $25,000. He goes, there's a school of stripers right here. He goes, you want to catch them? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. So he gives us this little Z-Man swing head. Or I think it's a Mustang, but it's a swing head. And I'm throwing a Z-Man, you know, and it didn't take long, dude. It's like bang, bang, bang. And so the first time I grabbed the head of the bait, and it's fine. And then I lip the rockfish and take them off. The next time I grab the head of the bait with this finger, it's got a little corkscrew in it. And that corkscrew digs into my freaking finger. And the rockfish is like this. I'm like, oh, man, dude, I had to wear a Band-Aid that whole weekend. So my hands, I didn't want to bar, you know, I didn't want to mess with a catfish.
You were
While
messing, you had the players. It was so annoying.
He was doing a death roll, man. I settled him down by the time you got there. It's like the jar. It's like
I
you
was
came in
going
when
fast
the jar
on the
was
trolling
open.
motor. I will admit that.
Exactly. So don't make it easy when you're trying
But
to like grab the pliers and just pop it out.
I'm going to tell you guys something
Anyway,
about this
whatever.
spot. We fished this area hard because it was the
Hard.
most gorgeous grass we found.
It was good looking.
Fuck. Where were they? Well, you caught a good one
I did.
out of it
I did.
on the
Yep.
wrong color creature bait, but
I don't even care.
that black
dude.
and orange one.
Well,
remember?
Look, man, I've caught plenty of fish up there on that color, bro.
Okay.
Plenty. You saw some crawfish up there recently that were jet black, right?
Jet black, correct.
Yeah.
All right.
And we both know jet black chatterbaits get the job done sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm just trying different things because the normal shit that actually works up there wasn't working.
It wasn't working.
Exactly. So why not try
a
some
couple
things?
key things, guys? We went into some gorgeous backwaters. We went to an area far, far away, not Gunpowder, not even Chester River, not anything crazy. Like we went to a foreign planet, a place that blew me away.
It was like
gorgeous it looked.
It was a field trip.
It was.
I actually turned to Travis as we're driving. I'm like, hey, Travis, did you get my mom's permission slip for sign that, for the field trip? You cracked up, dude. I kind of had a spiritual experience. Might have been the medication I was on because I'm still on it. And I'm riding the boat and it's a beautiful day, man. And
he looks up at the clouds. And Eric's not the cloud type of guy. Because normally if he brings up clouds, I bring up chemtrails. So he doesn't even talk about it. And so as we're rolling up in this beautiful area.
Now you know why I don't talk about it. And of course you did. So I preempted your talk by going, they're just depositing those clouds with the cloud machine. But they're beautiful, man. And it was this light and these clouds. And I just had this out of body moment, man. It was very spiritual for me. And then we came in fishless. But anyway, what are you going to do? It was beautiful nonetheless.
I want to go back up in that zone.
Right. Me too, bro. Yeah,
it's
man.
got some potential. Listen, so we got some great guests lined up. Let's wrap up the Ike tournament. So we decided we went into an area and I lost a big fish on a Senko in practice. And then
we don't know what it was. Because remember the big snakehead that I caught 5 minutes into practice the first day?
Correct.
When you're like, nothing, he said swim bait. And boom, you were so nervous. It was a giant bass. And I was so
glad it was a snakehead.
I know.
If you would have caught a bass on that swim bait, I would have lost it. Because you know what I mean?
You realize that's my top PB.
Don't belong in my boat.
Well, I
unless
got
it's
news for
2.8
you.
inches or smaller.
I
And
know,
so
I know.
I was like, son of a bitch, he's got it. And this was like, so
Like 10 minutes
I
into
wish I could play.
practice.
So that morning, the first morning of practice, he shows up and he's putting his rods in the boat. He's getting ready.
Well, wait a
and
minute. First of all, I drive by a truck on fire,
Yes.
which should have been a note for the weekend. I mean, literally, the truck was engulfed in flames. I felt the heat through my window. Big backup at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, so now I get up as early as I can to be early, and I'm going to be late. There's a truck on fire. So that was like a omen, maybe.
So I check out Eric's rods, and one of them's a swim bait that looks like a natural bait fish, which, okay, cool. I can get behind that to some degree.
Yeah.
Then he pulls out this a carp swim bait. I'm like, dude. He's like, yeah, you don't know them carp mess with them bass.
I don't really want you to talk about that. I wish you wouldn't have said that.
Sorry. Oh my God. Just stop. Anyways, so then
Maybe we'll save that for a VIP, but please, can you stop for a second?
come on.
What else are you gonna? I don't want you to talk about anything else that was on my rods.
All right. All I'm saying is then we get to the first spot in the morning. He picks up that big white soft plastic swim bait. I call it the Citizen because I don't know anything about swim baits.
That looks like a white perch.
And he slings it over the grass bed. And like on his first cast, he gets a blow up. And I'll admit, I caught the blow up out of the corner of my eye and it jumped. And I thought it was a huge largemouth. And part of me was like, shit, man, we're going to catch him in here today. And then I'm like, fuck, he's caught down on a swim bait. And I'm like, oh, this is going to throw everything off today. It was a giant snakehead.
It was, man. It was. Hey, JP, don't worry, man. I'll tell you what it was, JP. You don't have to save it for the it was a mag draft. So anyway, there you go, JP. You got your free VIP right now live for all 201 people watching. So
listen, I was glad that you got that in. You handled that fish well. It was one of the biggest snakeheads I've ever seen in my life. So
yeah,
the swim bait came into play.
Yeah. We were there on a tide that I don't like. And actually, what I told you that day in practice turned to be very true in the Derby.
It did.
So now, hopefully, I'm building a little river credibility with you.
You have river credibility, bro. I wouldn't have you
saying.
on my boat if you didn't have river credibility.
All right, man. So now you know when we need to be there, right?
Yes.
That's a fact.
So we end up catching a few fish. I thought we had a good game plan going in. Long story short, somebody caught almost a 7-pounder, which gave him 22. I didn't think 22 was going to win. If they don't catch that 6.5, they don't win the boat. Jack and Mike win the boat with 19 pounds.
Right. And we predicted, well, you predicted, and almost everybody that I asked that's a river rat talked about 20.5. And so it would have been 19 and change, but one big bite can change your fortunes.
So we had
right?
15.5. Eric
15.78.
Eric did gut hook a big one. That we
should have left the hook in, by the way.
True.
Yeah, instead of like digging down there and making him bleed, leave the hook in, clip it.
I was a little upset because you normally don't mess up that way, bro.
Well, here's the story, right? I mean, maybe like let's talk about your. I got him. I think I got a bite, and I got the net, and you're like, I go, you have him, and you're like, no, but I will, and he is sucking on that Senko, right? Like he's sucking on it for 30 seconds, and then you set the hook, and I net the fish, and I go, Travis, he did have it the whole time because it was down his gullet. Right, you just got lucky and didn't bleed him out. Fact. When they eat a Senko, they eat a Senko. They don't nibble a Senko.
So, anyways, Eric,
right?
I net the fish. He's
and it's
bleeding
blowing
all
like
over the carpet.
10 to 15 miles an hour. So it's really hard to feel a Senko.
Blood everywhere on the carpet.
Yeah. Hey, bitch, I caught 3 that we would have weighed in. You caught 2. So don't be like, I messed up. Are you kidding me, man? The wind was blowing. That's what it is, right? So I put 3 fish in the boat. If we don't got to throw that fish back, and you clip it and don't drag the hook out of the fish. That's a pro tip for you, bro. Come on. Messed up. You messed up by making the fish bleed. Maybe you should
take your own hook off.
Maybe you shouldn't freaking grab the bass and do what you're going to do. I'm thinking you're going to clip it, and you're all of a sudden in there with pliers. And I'm like, oh, my God, what'd you just do? I didn't want to, like, upset you, but I thought you knew better. Okay. Come on, man.
So then I filled the other live well, and the other live well is red. I'm like, Eric, let's just sit here for a few minutes and watch what the fish does. His head starts coming up. He's struggling. He's got a little headache. And
Hey, look
I'm
who
like,
just showed up. What? We're getting bombed.
Oh,
Alex, take care of them. Well, okay then. We'll just pop right on over.
long story short, we had to we let him go. We decided to let that fish go. And someone else probably grabbed them and threw them in their live well moments later.
It was a 3 and change, and it was a half-pound call. So it would have put us at 16 and change. And by my math, so we bug out and leave biting fish because we haven't caught anything over 3 3/4 there. And we need 2 4s or a 4 and a 5 to cash a check. And I thought it was the right move, and it turned out it was. I mean, Tom Nee was in there. He ended up with 16 and change, basically an identical bag. If we get 2 bites that are 4 or better, we're maybe at that 19-pound and change for second, or would have been third for sure. We just didn't do it. I thought it was the right move. I really did. And I thought
I feel like based on the history we had and the practice and my days of guiding out there that week, I think we're doing the right thing. You know?
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I mean, we talked about where it would be won, and it was. And that's the odd part. We were all ready to do that battle, and we didn't. And honestly, after 2 days of practice in the grass, we should have, in hindsight, said, you know what? It's not on. And taken our chances and battled it out in the Northeast. Who knows? And just run the program, man. I know it well, and you know it well. But that's hindsight, bro. But it's interesting that's what we talked about. You said if you couldn't get your starting spot, which you didn't, and 17 and change came out of that. So we had to settle for a lesser spot, which you put one in the boat. I missed one. And then we go do the grass program, which is not the way either of us want to fish. And you got to wait it out because the tide wasn't right. And once the tide got right, that's when the bigger bites happen. And I put the bigger fish in the boat. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, it is what it is. We had fun. Listen, I do want to before we take a quick break here and bring our guests on. I do want to.
Hey, Jamie, the Camus is bad to the bone. The Camus is bad to the bone. It is a fine running boat, like really one of the best rides I've been in.
Speaking
it
of,
stays up, it can go slow.
I can't tell you enough.
Pad.
I am freaked out by the fact that it's that good. In waves.
Yeah, the bow rides high. It stays on top. You can slow it,
and it's fast.
It's very fast. And when Travis rode me around, it's comfortable. I like where everything is. The only complaint that I would have as somebody who's riding in the passenger seat is they always put the handhold right where the rods lay. So it's a little difficult. You got to work around that. But otherwise, it's fantastic. Now, Travis, he's particular about his boat, so you got to be careful with things. So I actually vacuumed up a little bit for him the night before the Derby.
You were annoyed. So it's 10 o'clock. No, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock. Eric wants to eat. And I do too. But I want to get my rods ready. I want the boat to look nice. You know what I mean? I want to vacuum it. I want to polish it up. And so I start vacuuming the inside of the rod locker. And that's when his mouth starts jabbing.
I'm just like, the inside? I mean, I get you want to vacuum the deck, but like, what? It just was bugging him. He's got to take care of his OCD. I was like, let's eat, then vacuum. Nope, got to do it now. I'm like, all right. That's what we did. Ended up eating 9:30.
All right, here's what we're doing. We're going to do a super chat giveaway for every dollar that you super chat tonight during the show. You'll be entered into a prize package. We're going to give away a Monster Bass bag. I'm going to fill it with some goodies here. You got a crankbait. You got a Strike King Ned Rig deal. Smallmouth Crush sticker, of course. You got the these are some kick-ass swim baits. I caught a couple up in Door County last fall on the spot baits. You got some Ned Rig, extra wide gap Monster Bass. You got some Get Bit baits. You got a blue lipless. Who doesn't need a blue lipless? Got some coupons. You got a golden ticket. You got Alex Rudd. You got Seeker Secrets. Smallmouth Crush buff. A buzz bait. And I'm going to throw in two Baby D-Bomb custom Smallmouth Crush colors.
Yeah.
That's black and blue with some red.
Hey, man. Thanks for getting me a couple of those packs this weekend.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't get
And,
him, Eric? I got like 3 packs.
I got
Lord.
0 of those, man.
Oh, dude, they hooked me up.
I didn't get a bottle of the Smallmouth Crush approved Tidal Water special flavor of Procure.
And we did use it this weekend. We caught him on it.
Well, wait a minute. I used it this weekend. I never saw you put it on your bait once.
Oh, jeez. I had them pre-marinated.
They're soapy.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
there you go.
did.
Super chats. You guys get entered into.
No,
the
actually,
drawing
Travis,
tonight.
I know what you marinated him last summer, so I can't
Oh,
wait to bust
jeez.
you out. You know what? You're killing me, man. I tell you, you know I like to keep it real. That is so funny, man. You're awesome. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. And no, that was another hissy fit you threw, right?
What?
When you wanted to marinate your baits and the other stuff,
Oh.
and you're like, you threw a fit in the boat. Then you just threw your shit down and went and did it yourself. And I'm like, wait a minute, why aren't you doing it in that? I don't get it. Do you know
Anyways,
something?
guys.
Hey, do you know something I don't?
A big monster bass grab bag every $1 through the
Next
super
question.
chat. You get entered into the drawing. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to bring on our guests for the evening. What, Eric? What is so damn funny?
It's like, it's so
All right,
funny,
all
man.
right, we'll be
It's-
right
it's-
back. Smallmouth Crush. I want to let you know about I'm really excited about Great Lakes Finesse, whether it be highly pressured waters, clear bodies of water, doesn't matter if it's smallmouth, largemouth, spotted bass. They have a great lineup of sneaky finesse baits, whether it be the snack craw, the drop worm, or this flat cat. What the heck is a flat cat? Hey, you guys know I love finesse fishing and catching giant smallmouth. So it was a natural fit when Great Lakes Finesse approached me to design a Smallmouth Crush approved bait. And this bait particular, the Drop Minnow, it's 2.75 inches. It has some amazing action, whether you're Ned rigging it, you're using a drop shot, or a technique I call hanging a minnow, Demiki rigging. Anytime you're fishing for suspended fish with a jig head, pair these two together, you're going to be able to catch those fish. It's an amazing technique. So the Drop Minnow comes in a variety of different colors. Of course, we got some Meltdown or your chartreuse. We have a lot of natural colors as well. We have your whites, your smoke purples, your green pumpkin purple, whatever the case may be. I think we really hit a home run when it comes to the colors that are available with this bait. So I really feel like this bait is perfectly streamlined. It's very compact. In fact, I'm sure we're playing some underwater video. You can just see the action of this bait when it's actually in the underwater environment. So, hey, Great Lakes Finesse not only makes some great soft plastics, they do have some terminal tackle as well available. Head on over to greatlakesfinesse.com. Use my code SmallmouthCrush15, and you're going to save 15% off your order over at greatlakesfinesse.com. And as always, we'll see you on the water with Great Lakes Finesse. That's right. We will see you on the water with Great Lakes Finesse. What are you drinking, by the way?
A polar
Seltzer. Did I get you hooked on seltzer?
No, man. Our families have this all the time, man.
All right.
I don't need any more coffee. They're those people again, man. The XYZ. What the heck? Oh, we're getting bombed,
geez.
bro. Alex, get on them people, man. There was something else I wanted to mention, man. I'll think of it. Anyway, let's proceed. Oh, we're getting crushed.
I don't see them until after you say it.
Really?
I don't know.
Huh.
All right.
feet
You ready?
lower.
Drum roll, please. Boom. No
Oh.
introduction needed. The whitest teeth in the game. Well, besides Chris Zaldane.
Oh,
Maybe.
What is happening, boys?
What's up?
I have to be
Why
honest, I have so many emotions about what I just witnessed in the first 30 minutes. From the clipping of the wacky rig hook, or the should have been clipping.
What should have happened?
This is just me. I've shook your hand once, and you tend to have this magical touch. I thought the fish would have survived.
Hey, that's what I wanted to mention. So the other thing I had to deal with this weekend was his feet looked like he put them in a deep fryer. So
What?
he doesn't believe in sunscreen. We know that. Now
I don't
understand.
either. I don't either.
He's okay, but he's got absolute sun poisoning. He has blisters, it's bleeding, they're cracked, there's white pustules coming up.
Oh my
And
god! So here's the deal. This is
So
what.
no, he's got a scab on his head from the first. I don't even know what happened there, man. It's like sun things going on. His lip is bleeding. His ears are starting to get that white crust and cancer, like precancerous lesions. But the feet were unbelievable.
So
He actually
this is what freaks me out. Last
I'm a
time
little
he was
dark.
in town, all he talked about is where he could get a pedicure.
Okay, I can't respond to that. But
That's why
anyway,
it just surprised me that his feet look like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, and normally they're not. So
he's got the best Kentucky Fried feet in the game.
They popcorn toes, boy. It's like that
I'm
popcorn
telling you,
chicken.
man.
I'm gonna
We
get
went
right.
to Walmart. You did get some sunscreen and you did apply it, and then you got pure aloe vera gel, which I turned you on to.
Pure
to,
aloe
to,
vera.
to try to actually heal that, man, because that is in bad shape, dude.
Oof.
Can you actually wear shoes, or is it too painful?
Right now, my feet are currently swollen to the max.
Like his feet were getting like
Eric,
Herman Munster size.
I gotta tell you a fucking story.
You got
Last
another
night,
one?
At 1 o'clock in the morning, I
Yeah.
wake up from a dead sleep screaming.
Oh,
I have 2 major cramps and both legs going at the same time.
oh.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, when I used to duck hunt with waders, you walk in muck, that morning, like
Sure.
hard, you're going to come home and that night you'll wake up with some cramps.
Right.
Dude, I woke up. I thought I was, I don't know.
The cramps are back?
Oh yeah.
I get them.
All right,
I
all
get
right.
them like crazy. I take pickles, mustard. I do all kinds of stuff to prevent cramps just from being on the water guiding every day. Like your foot's
Sure,
always on the
standing
trolling
up.
motor.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I wake up in the middle of the night. I wake up in the morning, like alarm's about to go off, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be a long day. Boy, I'd be rubbing my calf muscles trying to get them right.
It's crazy. I mean, he drinks a lot of water.
Yeah,
and a
not
lot of
lately.
liquids.
Not lately. It's been
Well,
coffee and fucking seltzer, bro.
Well,
And that ain't good.
Seltzer's water?
Yeah, I don't think it's the right kind of water.
All right, maybe. I don't know, but it seems like it's a liquid. And
I just feel like water's water. I feel like liquid. There's
12 pack of carbonated water is not good a day. And coffee, I don't think is good either.
You're right. That's it. That does. It's a diuretic, I think. So I don't know, man. I think you drink a lot of liquid, but I get it. You're on. Hey, man, it's another guy. Hey, Scooter had the same thing going, man. Leg cramps, bro.
Yeah.
It's got to be from standing all day, I guess, and not moving.
Totally. If there's one thing where I'm like, fishermen probably need this more than anything, it's absolutely just standing strength, like calf strength, just standing all day, and lower back. I'm dealing. I'll tell you what, I'm dealing with something right now. I don't know if anyone out there deals with lower back pain and you have a remedy for it, but I think it's because I'm not very flexible. I think it's hamstrings. But my lower back from standing all day on the trolling motor.
Sure.
Oh my goodness, it kills me. That and leg cramps. So
yeah. You
All
got
right.
strong legs. I mean,
it's tough. Everyone thinks NFL's a contact sport. Stand up all day.
Listen,
flip some fish.
Austin, we got. I can't wait to get into the stories tonight. I do want to real quick. We take it for granted that everybody knows who you are and they've watched the show before. I want to know in the comments. I know we got some new viewers every week here.
Yeah.
Can you just do a quick little bio, little intro about yourself, what you're up to, and let's get into some Swimbait stories. And then we got another guest we're going to be bringing on as well because he caught a monster while fishing with you, and I want to hear all about it. So
wow. Yeah. So my name's Austin Neary. Grew up playing baseball in Maryland, literally 5 doors down from Epic Eric, and used to fish the golf course ponds. Loved, super competitive, right athlete fishing. I got into the tournament scene. Eric kind of took me under his wing when I was a little tyke. I ended up going to college on a baseball scholarship. Pretty good ball player. Was Maryland
really good
player of the year.
Really good ball player.
Ended up getting hurt in college. Started the bass fishing team. Saw a niche market here in Western North Carolina. After Epic Eric turned me on to the Southern Trout Eaters DVD. Those guys catching giant swimbait fish in the mountains of Western North Carolina, upstate South Carolina, North Georgia. And literally they made, I'll tell you this, they made the video, which blows my mind. And then they all just left. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, here is a huge niche market of amazing lakes that get stocked with thousands and thousands of trout, big bass eating protein Kit Kat bars that in the form of rainbow trout, brown trout, so forth. But ended up starting Dreamcatcher Guides, then turned into Dreamcatcher's Fishing Supply, which is behind me. My dad and mom and family moved down to help me run my business. And we do about 500 guide trips a year. We have a great business. We have some amazing partnerships in this industry, and it's been really cool. A lot of people, and I always, like to tell my story, but a lot of people, they put put their worth in their identity and what they feel like gives them the most value. And for me, it was baseball. So when baseball left, man, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And I surrendered my life to God. And my buddy was like, hey, man, Matthew 4:19, maybe God wants you to be a fisher of men. Started my fishing business, and it's been a blessing. And now I get to take all my big league buddies fishing. I just had Kendall Graveman in last week, pitcher for the White Sox, lining up some stuff with Nate Lowe, first baseman for the Rangers, some other buddies. But anyways, just love fishing, man. Love sharing my passion for the outdoors. I love chasing monster bass. And yeah, man, it's been an awesome ride. Can't wait to get my little boy out on the water, experiencing some of this amazing mountain fishing. So that's me. That's everything. That's all I got.
Heck yeah.
So heck yeah, man. Hey, I thought about this earlier, dude. It's official. All three people, well, outside of Alex, I don't know what his deal is, but you, Epic, and our next guest have all been swim baiting with me officially.
Oh yeah.
It only took Eric a decade.
That long?
Literally. Look, he's zoned out right now, dude. Is his screen frozen?
Yeah. Yes. That's actually a good thing, Austin. Let me let me do that a segue here. I want to share a quick clip.
Oh no.
We got to bring this up.
Oh, is this when I threw the rod?
Dude, this was epic. This is my first time really watching you work a swim bait. Look at how he just casts that big ass thing and puts it right where it needs to be.
That's a 10-inch swim bait, I believe. A depth 250.
Did you see her flash? She went up on her side like she was going to eat it.
Yeah, you're gonna get this one.
I actually think I'm going to.
You are gonna get this one.
This is a big one. I think it's like a 7.
Dude, she's like, she don't really want to move all that
And
much.
you remember how inactive she was? She wouldn't touch a thing. And then we dialed her in with a depth 250. She could not stand it going in her bed.
Dude, she hates this thing, and he's trying to prevent her from eating it. If I can bump her once, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the cast.
Come on, get this fish. How many times are you going to cast to the same spot?
I don't know. This is bed fishing with a big bait.
Oh, dude, that's a big ass fish.
Apparently she was big. Do I end up getting her?
I don't know.
What am I stuck on?
Oh, this is when I just throw the rod. I just chucked that.
So
thing.
this is that Depths 250, the old school one. And we decided to actually break it off
Dude, it's in the way. It's like,
instead of disturbing the
break it
peace.
off, we'll go get it. Yeah, that's actually the best decision, actually.
So you just break off a very expensive swim bait.
Yeah, I've had some offers for like
Now,
$400
60
on that.
times out of, one time out of 60, he gets it caught. And unfortunately, he gets this one caught right afterwards. So now he's starting to get a little upset.
Oh, I think I
A little
chunked
frustrated.
It. Send it
Remember,
off.
we already busted off a $350 swim bait.
I broke that one off.
Oh, I forgot about that, dude. This has to be the slowest video ever. Can we just get to the fish?
He
head?
really wants to catch this fish on this.
No, I like this. I like to show the
Dang it,
persistence,
look at this.
dude.
We're hung. We're hung.
I'm literally skipping a 10-inch bait under a 3. There it went. There it went. Peace. That was awesome.
You're pissed right now, and I'm kind of like,
I try to get with a drop shot.
Let's go then.
Okay, why are you getting all aggressive?
Because I'm pissed.
so you got to understand, we have 2 Depths 250 old
That is
OGs
hilarious.
in the water,
I
and he
was
just
pissed.
basically, when he was trying to get that snag off the other one, it broke off and flew back behind the boat
That is
and landed in
hilarious.
20
I
feet of
totally
water. So we're not getting that one back.
Oh, you had your short hair.
So
I
at this
remember that
point,
now.
we have to go retrieve our baits. He gets one back. The one that's on the rod, he's going to have some problems with. people up on the shore are watching us. They're like,
Oh
"What
my
is going on over here in this
That is-
boat?"
I remember
You know,
this.
very suspicious activity.
Do you remember?
So we gotta go get our baits back, and we're gonna leave the area and give it a rest and come back. That's the game plan right now.
I think I jumped in the water.
I know. I'm trying to think when. Right here, probably. You got so mad.
Look, you should have just shoved me right there. You should have just said,
Get off. Yeah, but I don't want to blow up
Look
the
at these
spot,
people
dude.
behind me
Freaking
looking at us
catchable
right
"Oh,
now.
that's right. There's some like bikers up in
Super
there."
dialed in catchable fish.
Get in. There I go.
He jumps in. What?
I hate pirates.
Oh no, we're just trying to get a bait back.
I'm trying to drown myself.
Just trying to drown myself. Oh my gosh.
You remember this, Eric? This has got to be the craziest thing.
Yeah.
That lady on the bank is really concerned.
She was. Well, because I said I was going to drown
Your
myself.
wallet's
She's
still in
probably
your
a
pocket, bro.
But then,
So I think we might need to discuss what just happened there. You went cray cray.
No, I didn't go cray cray. I am cray cray.
You are cray
All right,
cray.
I do want to show you guys. So we did come back once that water settled. I want to show you this, Epic. He is determined. Austin's
it
determined.
was a
to catch-
giant.
Now it's personal.
There, got her. Got
Look
her.
at this.
I'm gonna boat flipper, dude.
Okay.
Flipper. Get in yes! How about that for some revenge, bro? Dang 8-pounder. Golly.
The experiences
uh,
we never forget
Oh,
come from the
Chevy commercial.
choices we
Chevy commercial.
It's been a while since I watched that. That was pretty epic, man.
That's
You got
crazy.
it. I
Well,
forgot
that-
how crazy that was.
Well, that is the dream catcher summed up, boy. I tell people all the time, I have really high highs and pretty low lows. But here this year, I heard your slump.
I was there for one. And
Well,
you got it back.
You were there for one after we busted 30 pounds. I mean, I wasn't that upset about it.
Yeah. Oh, I
But-
know that's true. That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. So Epic comes down to fish with me on day one. We fish this little hole in the wall lake out of a pond prowler that Eric, I didn't know this, but Eric has the liquid in your ears that you lose your balance. Apparently Eric can't stand up in a John boat. So anyways, we end up catching an 8.5 on the first day. I catch it. And then the second day I took Eric to a deal. We were on the podcast. I came on for a quick blip because I said we caught an 8.5. And then I'm like, hey, tomorrow we're going to catch 30 pounds. And then we ended up catching 27.5 pounds on what I believe is the most revolutionary bass fishing lure of all time. And we're going to get into that. But yeah, and then so listen, we're fishing below this dam, below this tail race, and we're cranking this bait and that special color, the Dreamcatcher brown trout. And literally the siren goes off after we've already busted them. I think we've caught 18 fish at this point. Eric's caught a 6. Dustin, who worked for us previously, had a 6. I mean, we just destroyed biggins. And anyways, the sirens go off. They release the water. I get hung on what now I know was rope, but I'm like seeing the bait through the current. We're idling hard and going backwards in the tail race. I end up losing the rod.
What?
And then I had, listen, my eyes turned into like Hulk green. I turned around to Eric and I'm like, it's about to get real. Anyways, we ended up taking pictures the next day. Listen to this. The next day.
This is crazy.
Oh, no. The next day I take you to a different lake. The day after that, I take Dustin back up. I'm like, hey, man, here's the deal. These are extremely rare baits. And then that color specifically is a super rare color. They limit the production on them, keep the demand high. Pretty smart business move. But I go up in there. I catch a 6 right off the bat. Dustin catches a 5.5. Did I tell you that, Eric? I think I told you that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, I don't know where my rod is. Dustin goes, "What's that blue handle?" My rod that had got ripped out of my hands in the current was still facing up current. I grabbed it, reeled it up. I take the TH Marine money pole, pluck it out, and it was hung on like a 3-foot length of rope. And anyways,
incredible. You got it back.
Dude, that was pretty crazy. I wish I was recording that for the YouTube channel because that would have been
so
good.
Austin,
but
you get my Keep On Grinding award for the night.
listen, man, that's all
For
it
that
is.
for that show that you put on with the 250s jumping in the water and then coming back and busting that bass. You get the Keep On Grinding award for the evening. Let's give Austin, give him a hand, everybody. Come on.
Yes. Hey, listen, I
that's
do
what
want
this sticker's about. Keep on grinding, baby.
I definitely want to talk a little bit more about the amazing day you had when Eric went down last month with
But
you.
we got to talk about something else.
But yes.
Oh yeah, we've already talked about that. It's over.
Well,
Let's get to the biggest fish catch in North Carolina history on film. Let's go.
Let's do that. We're gonna bring our next guest real quick.
What?
Bring Mikey Powers
listen.
on. Yeah.
There he
It's
is.
on
What's
a
happening,
Swimbait.
Mike?
What's going on?
Yeah, it's the catch.
That's my guy, man. I love that.
Video. Are you jumping in the creek? That's why I fish with you, Austin. That's why I fish with you. Man.
See, thank you. I tell people all the time, you literally never know what's going to happen on the Dream Machine.
I love it. I love it.
The Dream
hey,
Machine.
Southern trout eaters.
Austin, baby.
Southern
That's
trout
right.
eaters.
Oh my goodness. That's the original Nazuma rat, Eric, from the DVD.
I got it.
Yeah, that's good, man. Good job.
Wow.
Good job, man.
Yeah,
Austin knows
pretty
about
good.
that Nez rat, man. I laid it down on him there at Lake Norman.
yeah,
That thing
Lake
was
Norman.
producing, baby.
That was
I think I
hot.
caught the winning. I hooked the winning fish that day in practice. Why was I throwing it with hooks, man? Remember the spot that would have won us the boat?
Oh yeah. I
Hey,
remember.
by the way, I just want to say, Mike and I fished the Ike event a few years ago, and I took him on a field trip during the tournament.
How about that? Where'd you guys go?
Way south. We
How'd it
messed
go?
up. We
How'd that
messed
work
up.
out?
But the one valuable lesson that I learned fishing with Mike is basically Mike shared a specific color Senko with me that we used this past week to put our weight in the boat.
Ooh, Mikey.
What?
I wasn't using it. You were.
I was.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys something? Mike Powers is my spirit animal.
Ah.
Oh man.
You have no idea. Listen, nobody knew this. I've made this national news. Mike Powers' nickname is they call him the main event.
Come on, man.
The main event. I didn't know
Main
that about
event,
Mike Powers.
Listen, because
He is now for sure.
Hey, he's go hard or go home. Seriously, he just grinds.
He does. Listen, we messed up. I messed up on a bad call to run somewhere I shouldn't have.
Look,
We get back in the juice.
I co-signed it. I said it wasn't a bad idea.
All right, we get back in the juice, and I'm kicking up mud. He's in the back. He's chucking. He's all of a sudden he's jacking on. I'm like, what in the is going on here? Right? Like he's in my prop wash jacking on him. I'm like, what is that bait you got there, son? And dude, for real, legit. Thank you so much for sharing that with me.
For what, man? Like, it's Pete Glusick, dude. He said, hey, man, when it gets tough, out
Pete.
there, you want a
Papa
specific thing.
That's
said,
the
all right.
one.
All right, I got
we
one.
know
that
what
has that
we know it.
specific thing. So,
We know what that is. Then we know
Oh,
what
yeah.
Pete throws when it gets tough. Heck
Yeah.
yeah, man. Well, it's a really kind of very cool way that this whole circle's connected. Mike Powers and I know each other because Mike reached out to me on Instagram and said, "Hey, man, I want to buy the boat for the Ike Foundation tournament." And he goes, "Would you fish with me?" And I don't know Mike Powers, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, I think I'm free that weekend." And he wasn't sure if I was going to be in, and I had to check him out for a second, so I got some refs on the dude, and he seemed solid. So I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm in." And so I meet him. He's a cool dude. We're hanging out at the bar, man, and we pull Greg DePalma for the freaking Delaware, and he's a Delaware stick. Like I'm thinking we got a shot at the boat, right? So I'm like, "Mike, man, go up front with Greg and fish." He goes, "Nah, man, I want to see you fish." And I'm like, "All right, bro, you sure? I want you to have the front." So Mike, you caught the first fish on a jig, which was like a non-keeper. And then DePalma's fishing all this like little secret shit, right? And I'm like, I brought one bag of baits and I said, I'm going to stick with it. And I maybe threw a spinner bait for a little bit, my little river rat spinner bait right there I threw. And I had a bag of centipedes that were pre-dyed, pre-sauced, right? With smelly jelly. Pro UV, right? It's got the glitter flake. And man, I'm drop shotting the whole time. So with 30 minutes left, I have all 5 keepers in the well at that point. Mikey Powers goes, fuck it, I'm rigging up a drop shot. Greg DePalma goes, I'm no fool. I'm rigging up a drop shot. Give me one of your centipedes. So we're rolling along a lily pad. There it is, man. We're rolling on a lily pad.
That's
Yes.
a centipede?
That's
pretty
freaking
cool.
Dude, Mike, that is so awesome, man. That shadow
see
box
that.
is nasty.
See, listen, that's the kind of stuff that
Let's
Mike,
see that.
he's the main event, bro.
Man,
There it is, bro.
Mama Bear made this for me, man. My wife.
That is so hot, dude.
Wow.
So Mike rigs up.
That's
Literally,
fucking awesome.
literally,
That's
it's
pretty
like
cool.
20 minutes left of the tournament, and he is rigging up a drop shot. I'm like, dude, he goes, give me all that I need. I
Eric's
throw it
yelling
to
at
him.
me. You can't.
I'm-
You're not even gonna make a cast. I said, "Shut up. Give me one of them worms."
Watching it, and he's tying up, right? So the palm is like burning a pad edge. And I see a 4-pounder in between 2 pads. And I go, stop the boat, stop the boat. The boat's sliding forward. I make the pitch with my centipede. The bass goes like this, down on my centipede, but the boat's still sliding. He's got it reversed. I'm feeling pressure. I'm walking to the back deck. He sees the bass. Mike sees the bass go down on my bait. So I feel pressure. I'm on a pad stem. So I pull set. It's not there. He pitches right where my lure came out. And I look at his rod tip and he's shaking it. And I see his rod tip go twink, twink. And I go, Mike, it's now. Set now. Set now. Dude, he pull sets and the 4 and change comes rocking out. And we all go, De Palma goes, we just won the fucking ball. We had a good limit. Just like you did, Austin, in the Big Bass Tour. We just won a nitro. So we came in 3rd place, man. But all 5 fish were on a bait that I pre-dyed, pre-dipped, and Mike rigged up, believing that it was important. One cast on the fish that I saw in pitch 2, and then he pitched right in the same hole where they saw the fish go down.
He's
and
the
fish
main
ate.
event. Listen.
How about that, man?
I have had the opportunity now to spend about 5 days in the boat with Mike Powers, and I'm God's honest hand to the man. The dude just grinds. Like, literally, I say this to a lot of people, and I mean it to a lot of people, because I got a lot of people that come in and they fish with me and do the big bait thing and stuff. If there was like one guy that I was like, if he lived locally, I probably would not guide on the weekends and fish every local tournament with him. It would be Mike Powers.
There you go, bro.
Dead serious.
Big honors, man.
Listen, he's too freaking humble, and like, but he just is one of these guys. He likes risking it for the biscuit, baby, and that's my style. He's like, hey, we might only get one bite, but let's roll.
Dude, I only get one bite a day. That's it. That's all I'm good for.
So
good for.
Listen, so Mike, walk us through, like, so you caught a huge bass. I've seen the pictures.
Sizable. It was sizable.
Walk us through the day. Like, was this the first day with Austin?
Day.
What was the setup?
So first day, it's the first day we fished. So I came down a day early. Austin calls me, where you at? I said, dude, my truck's on E. I got to stop and get gas. He's like, no. You can just drift down the mountain. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. We got a gas station right here at the shop. I said, dude, I'm not going to make it. Like, I've been on E for a minute. The light's on. He said, no, you're all right. So I come coasting in on fumes, get fueled up. Okay, we're ready to go. We go out the first day, and we got the bass hunter, the 10-foot plastic bathtub.
With a pond prow or with a trolling motor.
We have to carry it to the water, you know. So we get in, we make a loop around the lake, right? It's pretty big. What's it like?
200 acres.
Is it
250 acres? Something like that.
We get down by the dam, and this dude, I don't know if I should say this on the stream, but we go under the cable.
I was there.
The cable that you're not supposed to go under. So this dam is like, and I'm like, dude, my wife is not going to be happy with you when she sees this. So we get to the other side, and he catches a 5. And as we're cruising back out under the cable, we drive over the log.
The log.
The big one off.
The log.
We're riding up to it. I'm like, Austin, dude, this is the juice, man. This is the juice. You know where the big ones live. Like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm giving him a hard time. I'm like, look, there's one. And I didn't really see nothing, but he's like, oh, there is a fish. So we make another loop around. We get all the way back down the other end. He's like, what do you want to do? I was like, we got to hit that log. So we get over there. I make a cast. One cast, I was too far up in the middle. I think I subconsciously made that cast to keep Austin from getting towards the good side of the log.
Oh yeah,
And,
smart move, man.
Second cast, man, pitched it up there. I mean, it was an easy cast. There wasn't no skill in that. I was just cranking stop, couple crank stop. It disappeared, and she flashed on it. Austin's cursed. Every fish he hooks comes out of the water. Mine dive. So that's why she stayed on.
That's so crazy, man. Wow,
What bait was it?
Can you roll a clip of that, Austin? Somebody?
Is there a way to get a clip of that?
Yeah.
If you go on Dream Catchers Fishing YouTube channel and just type in North Carolina record bass or
not this
anything.
one, but different color.
Yeah, K9, brother.
The one you almost lost in a towel race, I believe, is the one I caught it on.
Oh yeah, it was. It's actually, Mike, this is no joke. It is this exact one because you threw it off the rocks.
Yeah, that's it.
You threw it off the rocks.
That needs to be in a shadow box.
This is the exact bait that's the 11.5 pounder 8, and we've talked about it. I've talked about it a little bit on the show, but I just literally came from dinner with some friends, and he was talking about. He's like, "Hey man, I've been watching your YouTube videos. You guys have been smashing them, and here's the deal, E. I haven't even released the crazy footage that you and I have. I don't even know what I'm ever going to do with that footage.
No, don't do it.
Literally,
you can't do it.
I know. Well, it's the thing. It's like
no, you can't do it.
Part of me
don't do it.
What about that color?
Don't do it.
Easy. Put it down, Mike. Mike,
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But so here's the deal, though. This bait, though, is a DRT Clash 9, and this bait is multiple baits in one. We were talking about. He goes, I've been trying to look at a cost efficient lure. He said, I was thinking about the River to CS waivers, which is $50. Now think about this. I think about this price per action. So you buy an S waiver. How many actions does an S waiver have? Glide. That's it. It's a glide bait. So you spend $50. This is a giant crankbait with the lip in. When I take this tail out and flip it.
I'm sorry. I just saw you net that big bass. Okay.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable. Oh, it's unreal, isn't it?
Their reaction is priceless.
Dude.
Here, you want to roll that clip real quick?
Everybody's like, I've never seen you so excited. I was like, because you don't know me.
Yeah.
I was on the boat with him when he hooked that 4 for the 3rd place. He was that excited too, bro. We all got excited. That was so awesome.
Oh my God.
This what you're about to see is another level. Is he going to play it or are you going to keep going with the bait?
What
are you doing, Travis? Travis, what are you doing?
1 second.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
You should see the tail of this bait. I wish you could if it was clear enough.
It's a chew
Let
toy.
me share this fish catch with you guys.
Yeah.
This is spectacular. I love the reaction, man. It's priceless, bro. Legendary.
This is on the Dream Catchers Fishing YouTube channel. Everybody, please subscribe.
Those places, there's been 12.5 and some 11s, but Western North Carolina inside state lines, that's incredible.
Wasn't it up in there?
Oh, here's the cast. Here's the cast, Mikey.
Oh,
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Holy shit.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Dude! Dude! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Look at that,
Mike! Mike! Oh my God! Oh my God! It's a teeter! It's a teeter! Put it back in the net. Oh my God! On the DRT Clash 9, put it in the net. Put it in the net. I'm go. Oh my God! 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 Mike! Oh my gosh!
I'm cracking the bat, baby! I'm cracking the bat!
Here.
Dude,
that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Here,
Man.
I got the net. I've got her. Trust
Oh
me.
my God! Trust me, I got her.
I got her.
Out where he
I
goes.
got her.
I gotta call my dad.
I gotta call my
DRT
dad.
Clash 9 and Cali Green. Oh my god.
I gotta call my
All right,
dad.
hold on.
I gotta call my
Ready?
dad. I'm like, what?
Moment of truth. Dude.
You got her?
Yeah, I got her. Let go.
Let go. You don't want to let go.
Fucking Rapala scales.
All right, here she goes.
They weigh light, by the way. They weigh light.
They weigh light.
I know they do.
11:48.
11:48.
11:48.
11:48.
Yes. Put it down. Put it down. Put it in the net.
Sir, put that fish down.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
My gosh.
I gotta see that one more time. Just a cast.
Here you go.
Right here.
It looks like a billboard, baby. It's that big flash.
Yeah, rod tip getting
Watch
the
this
water
flash
there for a
right here.
second. I was getting a deep.
Oh,
Look at
Here you
this
go.
net
Here you
job.
go.
Mm.
Here you go. Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
That's crazy.
That's the best thing I've ever seen, man. The fact that I know both of you so well is so awesome. Oh my god! I would just want to play that on a loop. Just on a loop.
Listen, Mike. After everything happened, Mike goes, "I blacked out, but I think we sounded like the opening scene from Saving Private Ryan." We were yelling, dude.
Wow,
it was
dude,
nuts.
That's spectacular. That is
Man.
spectacular.
It was pretty intense. Man.
Nothing else to say, man. It's spectacular. The reactions are priceless, man. They're just pure emotion. You know what I mean? That's just special, bro.
Well,
That's
dude,
just
Eric,
it's a lifetime memory, bro.
Austin has like an 8 jump off, about an hour before that, and the dude was like off the rails. Like off the rails.
I know we've all seen him off the rails, bro.
Oh,
I
my
had 2 bass after he caught the 8-6 and he had 2 bass with it. We went back and I slid a freaking Defiant under there, man. And a fish comes 2 or 3 come out and the one goes twing and I go and nothing. And then they just swim off. And then I had another one tag it coming out from a lay down. So we had 4 bites that day. He lands the one 8-6. And by the way, it is the same exact conversation we had when we almost won the boat up at Smith Mountain Lake. When we
literally
the same conversation. I go, man, the donkey's living under that dock. And I go, and there's only one guy that can slide a Clash 9 under a dock, and it's Austin. So, I mean, I guess I could have slid the Defiant, but I'm like, man, I said, you're going to get him or her. And he goes, only if I make that cast. And when he said, only if I make that cast, he goes, show out. And it slides right over, man. And the fish literally 15 feet from me, or maybe 12 feet. Literally, you see her come out and just open and eat. It's one of the best fights ever.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
In the video, and once again, you guys that are watching this, you guys can go check it out on the Dream Catchers Fishing YouTube channel. We have all these catches up. But yeah, that fish, I slide it under the dock, and you're like, that's the cast. And I said, well, it's only a good cast if a 10-pounder eats it. And we just see this mouth come out. I was like, there it is. And it hit it right next to the boat. And you looked, you know what you look like? You remember Smith Mountain morning when you were like, you woke up at 4:30 in the morning, you're like, I don't even know what to do right now.
Oh, absolutely. So
I was like,
man.
Eric, grab the net. It's at your feet, dude. There's a net. So it's funny though, because this is I want you to put something in perspective. But all of y'all, listen to this.
Yeah.
Travis's favorite lure is the TRD. My favorite is TRD backwards, the DRT. We're just different breeds of humans.
So weird, man. Look at that.
Listen,
it's so true. TRD to DRT. I'd rather be dead than Ned, or I'd rather be dead than not Ned, or I'd rather Ned than be dead. There's a shirt for each of you guys. You could wear the one, and you got to get it from Tackle Craft. In fact, I'll buy it for you. I'd rather be dead than Ned.
Actually,
he wears a store shirt that says I'd rather Ned than be dead.
I fish with Austin. I come home. I want to throw away all my Senkos. I'm like,
hey, I'll say this. There's a time and place for it, but I don't know
Very
if you
true.
guys saw. Well, I'm sure all 3 of you guys saw. Did you guys see Kenta Kumara won the James River on? a DRT Tiny Clash, which is the smaller version of the Clash 9. And then
that
I
was
don't know
totally part of his program for sure, man.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you saw on Pickwick, he was on live. He caught a big one on a Clash 9 on a bridge piling.
Yeah.
Right before live went off. But there's definitely a place for it in tournament fishing. This is the thing that's so wild about this bait. And this is, Mike and I hit about it, talking about it on our YouTube channel. We kind of sat down, broke down what happened with the 11.5. And what's so unique about the Clash 9 is I showed you guys, it's a big crankbait. I can flip the tail. It's a big jerk bait. I can take the lip out, right? There's a lip in it. You can see the lip. I can take the lip out, and now it's a big glide bait. I can put a different kind of tail in it. It turns into a swim bait. It's a very versatile bait. So when I think about
Austin, hold on, man. Then you've got different lip options for waking.
Totally.
Hey, I don't mean to cut in, but I have to excuse myself for 1 second. I have technical problems here in the background. I'll be right back. Carry on conversation though.
All right.
Okay.
So anyways, you have multiple baits. So back to price per action. When you think about how much somebody's spending on a S-Waver, you're like, oh, it's my first bait. It's a cheaper bait or a bullshit, any of them. Let me tell you something. You're spending dollars for one action. The unique thing with the DRT Clash 9, and we're an official retailer. We don't flip baits like you see on eBay and Swimbait Underground, but it's $130. And you have, with all the tails and all the lips, you literally have about 30 different actions of baits. So when you think about 30 different actions of baits for $130, your price per action, this is the most cost-efficient swim bait. Now, here's the crazy thing, man. I've fallen in love. I'm not brand loyal to anybody. I don't owe anybody in this game, and I like that. I'm in love with this bait. The design that went into this bait, because here's the deal. You know what they don't see? That this thing dives 10 to 12 foot of water on 20-pound line and it's pretty good. I throw it on a 7.3 to 1 gear ratio, Tatula 150 or Tatula 200. It is such a violent action. It has that crazy. It has a roll like this and the swing of the head, and together it goes like this. They do not see a violent speed action bait in that depth of water. And what happens is when you get fish that are kind of hunkered down, maybe in a lay down, maybe on rocks like we were fishing, Eric, or whatever, you get that crazy violent action. They cannot help but to react. I got a story from 3 days ago. I'm guiding a fella on some waterfalls. Our lakes are known for the waterfalls. Eric, I got to show you some of the waterfalls. Yeah. They're finally starting to get up in them pretty good.
Yeah.
There's literally 20 fish. I have eyes on them. They're about 10 yards in front of the boat. We throw a wacky rig. It goes by their eye. Throw a Ned rig. It bounces by him. Throw a jig. Goes by him. Throw a spinner bait. Goes by him. Throw a jerk bait. One flinches, and that's it. I took this and threw it by him and went 3 straight casts on like lethargic, unwilling to eat fish. This is the deal. A big bait naturally moves more water. Fish feed efficiently. They want more bang for their buck. So if they're going to expend energy, they usually want something big. Well, then all of a sudden you fire one, it creates a competitive feeding environment. But the unique thing is that violent action, man. Every single, whether it's the lip in and tail up or the lip in, tail down, or no lip, whatever, every action this bait makes is a violent action. And that's what creates a reaction strike. And just, I could go into so much detail from a lot of fish like head strike in the lure. Look at this. Look at how much further that head hook is compared to the hinkle. Look at how much closer that DRT is. Mm-hmm. The DRT is up near the head. This bait also, when it collapses, that hooks are 4 inches apart. When it collapses, look at that. They're 2 1/4 inches apart. So when you think about that, when the fish are eating it, the hookup ratio is better. Kind of the big thing I used to tell my buddies, because, and don't get me wrong, I've had the opportunity to catch some big bags, some 36, 37, 35, 34-pound bags, swim baiting just for fun. Had a couple upper 20s in tournaments. But the really unique thing is we always said, man, if we could just ever get 5 bites a day, it would just be reckless. Well, if I'm not getting 5 bites a day with this thing, it's because there's something seriously wrong. Like this is the kind of bait that I just feel like is a numbers bait. And obviously we're here on the Zoom or on the deal with Mike Powers, who caught an 11.5. You saw me stick at 8.5. Mike and I had multiple opportunities for some 8-plussers, but the bait is a unique bait. They're super hard to get, but Dream Catchers Fishing partnered with DRT. coming out with the Dream Catchers brown trout. That thing is absolutely gnarled, bro.
And the flash on that is fantastic. So, Austin, I got a question for you. So, 2
Yeah.
years ago, I think this was before you were carrying DRT and even fishing it. I went down to Florida and I took my TK because I wasn't ready to step up to the K9. And I was a pretty big fan of the crank down mode because literally, I think the first cast with Scooter on Rip Rap at Smith Mountain, I caught like a 4, and he was like, "What the hell is that?" And I'm like, "Look at the action of this thing, dude." And it was awesome. So then I take it to Florida, and I thought to myself, I had my big balsa bait, which I call the Epic Shad, and I caught some studs up to like, I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds and crank it. But then I go, I'm going to take the tiny Clash to see if I can get even a bigger bite, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the first shell beds that I cranked, I had a bass literally stop the lure, load up. I'm throwing it on it's a TK, by the way. So I didn't buy any special swim bait rod. It's the heaviest Loomis cranking stick. It's a heavy cranking stick.
Yeah.
I had the fish to the boat. The net man is there. It's a double digit, by the way. And it jumps. Literally, he comes to the back deck to net the fish, but the fish moves the other way and jumps into the boat because the net's not there. He couldn't net it, and it knocked the lip out. So I had no more crank down for the rest of my trip. I only had one lip that came with the bait. And so that was my experience with the TK. So I didn't really talk about it much, but I always have felt that bigger crankbaits like a BDS4, and I've talked a bit about this on the stream with Travis and anybody that'll listen. I have always felt that, the guys throwing the 1.5 will catch the numbers, but if I commit to a BDS4, I'm going to get a bigger bite. And I've seen that in the boat with people. This is a whole nother dimension.
Yeah.
So now you've got, like, if I think about my Upper Bay fish, or I think about your herring lakes, or any lake that's got herring or shad, you're throwing a bait that can go to depth. Oh my gosh. I mean, I think you're going to get an average bigger bite. So here, the question I've got, let me land the plane.
Yeah.
For tournament applications, would you be the guy that says, okay, I'm going to lock the K9 in my hand? Or is it okay to go with the TK? Or is it situational? I want to hear your comment on that.
All right. So the first time I throw this bait, I'm throwing a depth 250. I catch like a 6.5.
Yeah.
Dustin, Swimbait Everything on Instagram. Who worked with us. Great guy. I hope our paths cross again one day as far as employment opportunity. But he comes through an area where I fish with a depth 250 in crankdown mode and catches a 6, a 5, and a 5 behind me.
The K9?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
A 6, a 5, and a 5.
So listen to this. So this is one story. I'm going somewhere. Now I got to backtrack. Oliver comes down. He's filming for a show, part of the Meat Eaters thing he was doing called American Big Bass Stream. Talks about being an entrepreneur in America and just making it. He goes out with a bunch of fishing guides, but he calls me and says, hey, I want to get on the swim bait thing with you. I said, let's do it. We go out. I smash a couple on a 250. He catches a couple on a Defiant. The water's muddy. And he goes, oh, I got a bait for this, man. He goes, watch this. And he pulls out a K9 in like queen color, like pearl truce, and is cranking it off wood and goes, oh, it's just a big square bill, and goes, boom. And he's like, big. He boat flips it like a 5. So fast forward back to what happened with Dustin. Dustin catches a 6, a 5, and a 5. Goes out the next day, catches a 9.5. And I'm like, okay, I'm missing something. He goes, Austin, do me a favor. He said, take this bait. And he said, just go fish it. I'm not kidding you. The first 2 fish I catch on the Clash 9 is a 13-inch fish and a 14-inch fish. Listen. So to some people, they would be like, oh, man, all discouraged. I almost crapped my britches because I said, oh, my God, if this bait gets bit by like little keeper-sized fish and 6.55s and a 9.5, this bait might be the missing key for that balance of it's a number swim bait and it's a size swim bait. So fast forward, I end up getting one, purchasing one. I take it out in 1 week. And mind you, I'm guiding people. I put up a lot of footage of me catching fish on guide trips, and people are like, man, you fish a lot. And the answer is, I really don't. I do when you guys come to town because you guys want to do the swim bait thing with me and everything. It's fun. A lot of times I'm just laying low. I'm just guiding people. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to make a cast on this dog just to see. And they're like, yeah, whatever. I catch 30 fish in 1 week, 30 fish in 5 days of guides. So 6 fish a day on the Clash 9 in different modes, crank down mode and glide mode. And I'm like, this is unbelievable, right?
Dude, you only been fishing in a year. When I came down last year, you scooped me a K9. I lost the big on it.
Yeah.
Like that's right when you started using it.
I know. And
Yeah,
then literally I said, I want to figure this deal out because like I said, man, in shallow cover, I can put it in walk mode in 2 or 3 foot of water and draw a shallow fish. Oh, there's a big boulder in 12 foot of water. I mean, literally, I don't know if you saw I'm sure you saw the picture the other day, me holding up a sack of like 22 pounds, caught a 5-pound smallmouth off of boulder in 13 foot of water, ricocheting it off the bottom. Just kong, freaking big smallmouth. I mean, it's one
What's
of
this
those.
bait called?
Dude, I'm
I was
convinced.
just messing with you.
Oh my God, Travis, don't even, man.
Tidal smallmouth's going to come on this TK right here. Because I know what she is.
He's making
See
the
that,
prediction, Travis. What do you think about that?
I know where she is. Too many 4.5s and 5s to come. Tidal.
All right, so listen, as a newbie still to the game,
all right,
can we purchase these right now? Can I get my hands on one? Is it custom colored?
So
can I just get a normal one?
Listen, right now, when I tell you there are
here's the good news.
0 available. Yeah, this is good news. There's 0 available. There's
you want the
available.
good news or the bad news first?
All right, so the demand, it's starting to happen. So this is the most beginner friendly swim bait, and it's the most advanced swim bait I've ever thrown. The beginner friendly is, I mean, Mike will tell you, I tried to get Mike to walk the bait, and Mike looked at me and said, Austin, I can't figure this out. He ends up 5 minutes later catching 11.5, literally casting it, cranking it, stopping it, cranking it, stopping it, cranking it, stopping it. Eric comes down a couple,
but not like Austin, dude. Austin walks at that one thing like a dog, man.
Yeah, but you know what? Once if you kept it in your hand, I mean, Austin, I was saucing that thing. Like on the last day that we fished your home lake, I got one to kiss it, and I got several to follow it. And I think it's fair to say that you didn't have any follows or kisses. I got the only kisses and follows. You put the bait in places I cannot.
Yeah.
So I think I got it dialed in, Mike. It took me a full day.
Dude, it took me 3 weeks on the water every day, 8 hours a day to be like,
okay, this about an hour to give me that bill.
But remember, Austin, I've been fishing the Clash time for a couple years. I don't fish it religiously, and if I bring it out in a tournament, Scooter yells at me. Travis would, like, I threw a mag draft in practice, and he's like, nobody's gonna eat that fucking bait. I'm like, bro, you don't even got a clue, man. It's a freestyle, man. Come on, man. And I caught a big snakehead, and then I'm like, you know what? They were not chasing anything. I mean, I caught a couple on a big crankbait,
dude,
but
I caught a 5 on this on a maintenance cast.
Hey, MJ makes a good point. So you swimbait guys counting your follows and kisses. So every time I get a little tick on my TRD, I'm going to count that as a fish.
Well, no, you got to see that fish.
No,
if it's a perch tick, it doesn't count, bro. But if you see a 7 come out and kiss it, then you're doing something. At least you're almost there.
I don't count those. I just count the fish that we land because it's called cast to catch, not cast to kiss. But I will say this, back to the bait. It can be, I saw a comment, it's very intimidating. But the reality is, like I said, I took out a guy 3 days ago. He caught 8 fish on this bait. He's never even thrown a bait caster before. I was casting for him. He said, man, I've never caught a fish on a big swim bait. I see all your YouTube videos. I said, literally, all I want you to do is just reel it in. Just reel it in at a pretty good pace. Just reel it in. The dude caught 8 fish by himself. I casted for him, and some of you are like, that's not, he didn't catch, whatever. What I'm saying is it's simple. It's the most beginner-friendly bait. You cast it and reel it. Glide mode and a couple of the other lips, they take some getting used to. But as far as just going out, this bait, and once again, like I said, when most people are throwing glide baits, they're throwing them. It's such a visual strike. That's the addictive part of glide bait fishing, right? Is you're seeing the strike. You remember that 7-pounder that ate it at our feet at Smith Mountain, Eric? We got to see it. Like, it was right there.
Yeah, Travis remembers the 6 I caught in Alabama with him. That's why I went out and bought some swim baits without talking to you. Yeah. So he remembers it. That was pretty sexy.
I love that loyalty from Travis there. But I will say this. So it's visual. Well, here's the deal. How often do bass see a lure of this size? This is a 9-inch bait and profile with speed going by them in 10 and 12 foot of water.
Never.
And let me tell you something. I catch, and listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some guys down in Texas and they smash a lot of double digits. They live there. I would argue that what we do in Western North Carolina is as equally as impressive. as far as what I mean, I'm like, hey, what's the equivalent of a 10-pounder? A 10-pounder in Texas is a how big a fish in Western North Carolina?
We would have to do the math. What's the Western North Carolina record?
15.
What's
the North Carolina
Western?
Oh, Western, dude, Bikes is the biggest fish. I've had hundreds of customers come in my store and say that's the biggest fish they've ever heard of in Western.
So North Carolina, so that's 11.48. Let's say that's the Western North Carolina record. Mike now has it.
What?
So what's the Texas record?
Like 18.
Okay, so by math, we could figure out what is a big fish if a 10 is a big. So what is 10 pounds of 18 pounds? Who's the math wizard on the show?
So that'd be like 65%. So you're looking at
I'm going to say, screw the math. An 8-pound bass anywhere in the country's legit.
Well, so this is what I'm saying.
There's your short answer.
This is what I'm saying. This year, our best 5 fish as a guide service is like 48.5 pounds. That's pretty special.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, listen, the ingredients have been this. Like, this has been the deal, man. And it's a bait, like I said, it's impossible to get. Now, here's the deal. This is what's unique. They limit the colors on purpose. They'll run like 1,000 of a color, and then that's the only 1,000 they'll ever make. And they keep the demand high and this hype around the baits. It's freaking genius marketing. As a businessman, I love it. Well, Dream Catchers, they reach out. He said, man, like, thank you so much for the content. You guys are great. You know, we're making all these videos for them. He said, you know, we want to partner and do a specific color. And listen, we're coming out with that booger right there, the brown trout. I think it looks pretty good. I'm trying to see it on the deal.
It looks freaking awesome, dude.
So it has a base chrome. It's base chrome. We've got like a deep yellow, not chartreuse, but like a yellow, and then that natural brown back finish, and then obviously the brown trout, black and red dots inside the pearl dots. But listen, I caught one with Eric 8.5 on a spot where there's thousands of brown trout in that fishery. I caught a fish the other day in a lake that there's 0 brown trout. It has a lot of flash.
I'll say that. Yep, I think that's a brilliant
so much
move.
Flash in the water.
It's a bait fish.
It's a bait fish. That's it. And especially when it's going by this fast.
Could be a shad, could be a herring, could be a.
Well, it even has that gizzard shad, that kind of gizzard shad brown back with that chrome side. It's super gizzardy. It has that yellow and darker water. Like when we designed this bait with them, to me, I was like, I want something to flash for clear water. Yeah. I want something to look kind of gizzardy natural. And I want something to have a little bit of pop in muddy water. And I just think everything kind of comes together in this bait with the yellow, the chrome base, the brown. It's a fish catcher. Once again, every lip, every tail, multiple. Now, here's the deal. I don't even know when I'm getting them. I say this. This is the tough thing. I reached out. I'm not going to name drop him because he's, you know, there's a lot of pressure on this company to produce, keep up with demand. But I'm like, hey, man, you know, when can I be expecting this? And he said, man, and he said, in all seriousness, he said, we've got 2 other colors in the pipeline. He's like, I'm thinking 3 to 9 months. And I'm like, that's a big window. So, but anyways, we are still going to be getting U.S. colors, you know, your not the carp that you guys have, but the U.S. carp, the sexy shad, a few other flavors, you know, coming in, and we'll be retailing those. You can get those at dreamcatchersfishing.com. But like I said, as far as, sorry, that was a long answer to go back to what's your tournament, what tournament bait? I don't throw a tiny clash. I picked up a tiny clash for 10 minutes. I caught 3 fish. All 3 fish were 13 or 14 inches. And I was
Only one more than the K9.
Say what?
Look, you caught 2 small ones with the K9 when you first picked it up. You didn't give the tiny clash its due. So really you can't answer the question because you don't throw the tiny clash.
Well, no, that's true. But also I think about this. Our lakes are so deep, the tiny clash with the lip in it only dives to 6 foot.
Okay, so that might be better for a shallow water application.
That's exactly right. For tidal water, like if I was on the James River, the Potomac River, the Upper Bay, I would religiously throw a tiny clash because that's that kind of depth zone, that 4 to 6 foot wood.
Yeah, right. That's money. Absolutely. And the shallow lip for the, you know, for other applications.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So,
and you know, are they coming out with a transfer tail and making that more widely available or no?
So they are coming out with the transfer tail. For those of you who don't know, the transfer tail, instead of this sharp pointed tail, it's more rounded. And what it does, it makes it more like a traditional swim bait where you can literally cast it and the swim is more like this without the lip in it. It's like the lip's out of it, and it acts more like your traditional serpentine style swim bait, like a Seville Magic Swimmer or a triple trout or something like that.
Have you ever slow rolled a well, you don't throw a tiny clash, but I've seen some videos and I'm slow rolling a tiny clash, and it looks very, very natural.
Well, I'll say this.
In just regular A mode, and it's just...
Listen, the dark footage, the dark web of Eric and I, we were burning it in current, and then once we started hitting those rocks, we would take this thing and just let the current kind of tick it off rocks. I mean, pretty slow. Of course, it had some back current behind it pushing it, but it was like you'd burn it down, just like a jerk bait. You'd burn it down to achieve depth, and then you were just literally like this, ticking rocks with it, and you just feel your rod just get absolutely creamed. And man, it's a special deal. Like I said, a lot of stuff is up on our YouTube channel. Go check out a lot of the footage from the glide mode, crank mode. We just put out a video today on my favorite rod. I had to learn a lesson, dude. Mike, Dustin was right. Dustin told me, Austin, you're using too fast of a rod tip. And this was the deal. I was using a Daiwa Tatula Elite Swimbait rod, but I had that rod for 3 years, and I had been throwing a depths 250 and caught probably 100 fish on it.
Did you tell him how you broke it?
Yeah, well, it ended up breaking, but here's the deal.
Yeah.
I think I really broke in those fibers, and it acted more parabolic. So then I got a new one. After it broke, I got a newer rod, and it was too fast, and I'm losing a lot of fish coming up. And like Mike said, all the giants I was hooking were coming up and head shaking, and that fast action rod couldn't absorb those head shakes.
As soon as I went cow walk, like 5-6 feet.
That's
off
cool.
the top of the water, dude.
Yeah,
like a dolphin.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. So I took a 795 out of the shop that I use for an A rig, which is more parabolic, so you can cast that A rig, a Dobbin 795, which we have on dreamcatchersfishing.com. I take that rod and start throwing the Clash 9 on it. I've missed one, and it was probably a 2-pounder since. I'm not kidding. One fish has come off.
I use a regular taper. I caught that fish on a regular taper rod.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, dude. I mean, you a lot. And listen, we talked about this too, Eric. When you're throwing treble hook baits, it makes more sense with small treble hooks. You need a big parabolic rod to absorb the head shake. Are you going to catch fish still with a fast action rod and treble hooks?
Sure.
Yeah, it gets it in the gum. I mean, Mike's fish was hooked so perfect. That 11-pounder had one in the gum,
gummy.
And then one through like the bone of the top jaw. That he could still be fighting that fish right now. I mean, it was hooked. It wasn't coming off until the rapture, dude. I mean, it was hooked for life.
Until that was the rapture, bro.
Oh, you got you got a time on that hook set to land. I mean, what's that, like 5 seconds? 6
dude,
seconds?
it was about 6.5 seconds.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, everyone's like,
that had to have been the quickest bite to land of a 11+ pounder in the history of fishing.
Listen, you know why?
Size reel and 30-pound fluoro.
Well, listen, when you put Mike Powers and Austin Neary together, you get Austin Powers.
Yeah, look out. Look out.
Austin.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Awesome stuff, man. Incredible. The reaction was one of the best things I've ever seen in fishing.
Yeah.
Man.
So Eric, take people through our day though. Take people through. We had 27.5 pounds. I want to know your thoughts on that day.
Well, it was really nice to get in a boat that I wasn't worried about falling out of.
You didn't like fishing out of the bathtub?
Oh my God,
Eric!
It was better the second day where you put me up front and I had a casting lane. I like that way better, and it was way more stable. The back is kind of squirrely. Plus the little seat that's like. Plus the little seat is.
Are you sitting in that, or can you stand?
No, you can stand.
Oh yeah, we stood. But if you are sitting and you, the trolling motor's on 100, he goes fast. The little aluminum compression wants to throw you out the back because the seat's not locked in at all. Yeah, you got to be kind of a little ninja to get in that boat, man.
The old man Mitchell. That's what you should.
Yeah.
Do.
Oh my.
Anyway,
God.
man,
he doesn't know about old man Mitchell.
I don't know about old man Mitchell, man. I just know I was happy I didn't fall in, man. That was my goal. And I got 2 bites and we got 4 bites and an 8.6. So I was happy about that. I got to see some big bass.
All right. So next day, come on back.
Next day, man. Next day. next day, man, how do I describe it, man? I mean, I love the crank, so I'm happy as hell that we're going to crank. In a big bait cranking and current. I mean, there's nothing like it, man. I mean, Austin had been there. He kind of predicted it, so he knew it was going to go down. And when he says that, I got to tell you, I tend to believe him. And so it didn't take long, man. You just got these casting lanes with current. It's like trout fishing, man. And it's bumping rock and pausing and letting the bait get pushed by the current, and they would just load up on it, man. It was a special day, bro. Truly special day.
A lot of guys,
yeah.
And I tell you, man, it's just so wild. Even and I'm sure there's some guys in Western North Carolina watching this right now, and I'm definitely letting cats out of the bag with this, but our fish flock to cold water in the summertime. Yeah. It's more oxygenated. I mean, just like the trout in the rivers, where are they going to be when the sun comes up? They're going to get in that running water where there's more oxygen. Sure. So our herring and shad go up there for those late spawning shad spawns, those herring spawns. You have trout in the rivers funneling down. If you get a storm the night before, the drop an inch or two of rain, trout get washed down the rivers and waterfalls into the lakes. So you have just this zone of lots of bait, lots of plankton, lots of oxygen, lots of nutrition, and fish can get healthy with food and oxygen. And you go in there with a big bait, and it's for me as a tournament guy, and especially being an Upper Bay, I grew up cutting my teeth on the Upper Bay Potomac River. I loved getting back in backwater, and you knew that it's taking the fish and concentrating.
Yeah.
10-yard wide creek that goes for 2 miles, and you're just picking apart the grass. To me, it's the same way. When you go up into the rivers of lakes or anywhere, what you're doing is you're taking the population of fish and you're condensing them into a thin, a smaller area. So there's more population density. So then for me, it just comes down to let me figure these fish out. So then combine that thought with the fact that there's massive amounts of bait, there's massive amounts of oxygen. You just have everything come together. Post-spawn fish who are beat up and sickly, they're just flocking to those areas. I mean, come on. Every time I'm done making whoopee, boy, I go to the fridge, dog. I need some cold drinks and some food. Anyways, sorry. Apologize. My inner spirit took over right there.
Mark it.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize. But anyways, that's what I think about, and that's it. Don't really matter what swim bait, you're gonna get action in those areas. I just feel like Mike Gilbert, who is an acquaintance. I'm not really a friend with him yet. We work together hand in hand. We deal working class zeros. Mike and I would probably fish together. He's a great guy. I look up to him a ton.
Oh, yeah.
He's a trophy guy, and it was cool when I reached out to him, said we want to carry your stuff. He's like, man, I've been watching your content, great job. I was like, whoa, I'm kind of starstruck. Like this dude's an OG trophy bass chaser.
When are you going to carry it? Or you already are? Because I didn't.
Oh my gosh, we've had working class. We've had a few working class zero drops, and it's just like every other drop of working class zero.
Hey man, well thanks for the call. I appreciate you setting a couple citizens aside for me.
Thank you. Thanks for letting Travis off.
You mother. I didn't know he was going to even buy him. He didn't even talk to me about buying him. He just saw me catch him on a Gancraft, and he decided he had to have him. He goes up to New England and buys all these baits, and I'm like, hey,
I still got this thing. This Catfish.
Oh my gosh, that does look beautiful. That is a great one. Hey, in all seriousness, ABT Alan Borden passed away, man. The founder of ABT Lures. No. Crazy story, and I don't want to share it in public, but I talked to his wife. It was heartbreaking, really heartbreaking. But anyways, he does. I love the hook placement in a lot of his baits, and I do think he was very cutting edge. A lot of people didn't like him because he made a Hinkle knockoff. And I get it. I'm a capitalist. I understand from all perspectives. But what he did with that specific bait was revolutionary to me. Putting that nose hook on the bait, because once again, all those fish headshot in those lures. I mean, I watched my catch percentage with giant bass go up, crazy.
So Austin, we have a lot of viewers that are obviously from the Northeast part of the country as well. They're thinking smallmouth. Yeah. What do I need to be throwing right now if I want to try this swim baits again, the big swim baits? What do you recommend? Something I can get, not wait 9 months. What's your go-to?
Man, I'll be honest. We have a lot of great swim baits in the shop, from the Depths 175s right here over my shoulder. That's a very proven swim bait. Caught a lot of big smallmouth on them. Depths 250s, HUD 68s, bull shads. I mean, there's Listen, they're all going to get bit. The biggest mistake, there's really two big mistakes guys make. One is not locking them in your hand long enough. And don't get me wrong. I know, Travis, you and I spent like 8 hours and grinded for 1 7.5 pounder. I get it. There's days like that. But to me, I catch so many fish. I just don't. That sounds super. I catch so many fish. I guide all the time. I put my customers on a Gancraft, another one, absolutely beast, a great smallmouth bait. But for me, I just like bigger baits. So to ask me, I'm like, oh, I would throw a Depths 250, a Clash 9. I've caught 2 giant smallmouth on a Hinkle trout before. I mean, but I would say, you know, a tiny Clash, Gancraft 178, an S Waver 168.
So the tiny Clash, is that online available in your store? No.
It will be soon. Next time I get a shipment, I'm telling you, this is how hot the baits are. I made an Instagram post saying we were going to drop them at 2:00 about 3 weeks ago. I had an order of 100 baits come in. I dropped them at 2:00, and at 2:00 and 52 seconds, my website sent me a notification and told me I was sold out. 100 baits moved in 52 seconds. I know you can't even count that high, I think, Travis.
No.
But what I'm trying to say, Travis, is they went really fast.
But since you let him on the show, Travis, you should be able to get him to reserve you a few.
So that is the truth. You are, and once again, it's not like a lot of times people look at me and they're like, that guy's smoking crack. But let me tell you something.
Why?
Let me tell you something.
What? You mean Travis is, or you are?
No, well, Travis is one of the guys that thinks I smoke crack, but a lot of people think
Travis smokes crack. What? Who are you saying smokes crack? Who smokes crack?
People think that I smoke crack.
Why?
Because I'm such a believer in these baits.
Oh.
But listen, I feel like when Kenta Kamara came out and was like, yeah, half of my fish I weighed in a 3-day event came on a tiny Clash. It's like all of a sudden people are like, oh, maybe that crazy SOB's onto something.
Dude, we fished our first tournament on the Upper Bay, and I had this one in perch, right? TK and perch, and I was throwing it down, and everybody's laughing at me. That's the same weekend Kenta Kamara won. So the next time I talk to these guys, they're like, hey, you had one of those baits, didn't you? Oh, what were you throwing? Oh, how'd you get that? Where can I get one? I'm like, oh, Kenta Kamara goes and wins an open on one.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a cool thing to have.
Yeah, I've had that experience with a few people here and there. Recently is this weekend.
Yeah. Hey, so Stump Gumpy asks, so is it I didn't hear you guys.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't hear you guys. I'm trying to answer the question.
I'm off my game, man.
Hold on. Let's bring Alex in and see if he can kind of
sort through these questions.
Bring some order to this whole.
What do we got, Alex?
You got a lot of different stuff, a lot of different topics, but like Austin was saying, so Slump Gumpy is wondering, is the tiny Clash the one you can interchange the bills and the tails?
So every DRT bait comes with interchangeable tails and lips. So the Clash 9, I don't even own a tiny Clash. I just like catching big fish.
Why you gotta hate on the TK? The first fish I fucking hooked on it. Come on, man. What's up with you, Austin, man? Don't be hating on the TK.
Hey, I'm not hating. Like I said, they're for different style guys.
I'm messing with you, bro. Come on, man.
So, anyways, they're all interchangeable. Every DRT, we have a DRT Ghost. It's out in the boat right now, but the Ghost is a 14-inch bait, and that is a big somebody.
Hey, the guy that I fished with in Florida, Keith Wilson, man, he threw the Ghost and he caught like one that was he caught like a 12-inch fish on the 14-inch bait.
Dude,
it's so ridiculous what a bass thinks he can eat. It's unbelievable.
Eric, I've only caught one fish on this,
and it was a 14-incher.
It's crazy, man. It just shows you how badass a bass is.
Dude, bass are cool, man. And listen,
apex predator, bro.
Listen, there's some guys out there that like pulling out, like Fairy Juan Kenobi Travis. He likes pulling out the little, ooh, look at me with my little TRD. I'm like, yeah, that's real cool.
It is when you get to set the hook constantly and put fish in the boat. Mike, I got a question. All those baits on your table behind you, how are you storing those? How are you when you decide you want to take them out on the boat?
A couple of these are for a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, brother.
We got to meet up, man.
We got the HPHs going, man.
I'll show you. I'll show you how I store them.
I'm gonna put those online and then buy a bunch of DRTs from Austin because Austin,
I
everything
use-
else is like junk at this point in his brain. I love it, man. You have found the holy grail, right?
I use lure wraps, right?
Okay.
That's a good
Like a
style.
saltwater thing, and they roll up like this. They got Velcro, right?
Austin, what's your method of storage?
We just got these. They'll be up on our website tomorrow. But the Busby, I don't know if you've heard of the tackle.
Yep, we
storage
have.
Busby. Super nice. They have the custom interlock system. So like this box specifically, I've got my Clash 9s right here. I've got my Tiny Clashes. I have my lips and tails for my Tiny Clashes in these two compartments. And I've got my lips, tails, and hooks for my Clash 9s and Tiny Clashes over here. So these are really nice. Check this out, though. This is what I love about them.
How many will it hold?
I've got one K9, two K9s, three K9s, an empty spot for a K9, two TKs, three TKs.
Wow, it's a lot.
That whole
That's a lot, Austin.
That's like 8 baits, and it's a super durable. It's Loctite, waterproof. I love the little compartments. You know that I can have my hooks. I have everything in one deal, and then I also have, because we have a few different boats. We've got a Ranger and two Skeeters, and then we have the Bass Trophy Hunter, which I renamed the boat to Mike Powell's Stallion because he rode that thing to an 11.48. But anyways, I'm always taking. I've got a Swimbait backpack by Daiwa. These things slide super nice right into the backpack. It's money.
Always nice when they slide right in, ain't it?
Come on,
right on. Ooh. You guys are saucy tonight.
By the way, Alex, I noticed we're slacking a little bit on the super chats for this prize package tonight.
That's because everybody's saving their money for a K9 coming from
I
Austin
know,
in 9
which
months,
is
man.
good news because there's only a handful of people that could get a chance to win this tonight.
That's true.
That's true. Not a lot of entries right now, so guys, get that in. You got high odds to win that awesome prize pack, and we'll get that out to the lucky winner before we're done tonight.
I might do a raffle. I might do a raffle on one of these baits. 50 tickets at $20 a piece.
Wow. There you go.
What?
I think I'm on.
Dude,
well,
I had a guy the other day walk in the store.
Smart play.
Right here and offer me $700 for it, almost a G.
Wait a minute, that's not the one with the chip in the back, is it?
Nah, bro. Nah, you're one of the chip in the bag. It stays up on the wall, man. I hadn't broke it out anymore since.
Good.
Since I recovered it after Eric and I smashed them all day.
Getting a replica mount. I need to hang it from its mouth.
I know. But this has been fun.
Wait a second. You don't even have the glide. You don't own the bait that you caught that fish on?
No.
And he won't give it to you?
Oh, he won't give it to
Whoa.
That's pretty messed up.
Who said that?
dude.
Who said that?
First off, I have
Who
a
said
legitimate timeout.
You do.
One, and I know
something. I know something. Don't ruin it.
Okay.
I tried to.
Hey, listen. No more.
No, I want to hear why.
No, you're not going to hear why.
I'm going to hear why. This is my damn show, Eric.
Hey, guess what? You're not going to hear why. Well, I'll end this stream right now. You're not going to hear why. Don't ruin it. Listen to what. Read the room. Don't ruin it.
I tried to throw it off the rocks, so it would be no more good. He'd have to give it to me.
Well,
read the room. Don't ruin it.
I'm not. I'm just gonna say this. They are in. They're not. Listen. They're not even in national short demand. They're in international short demand. I still need some baits. It is a scandal. The whole thing's. It's all a big
international short demand. This is a conspiracy theory with the K9.
The Clintons are probably behind it.
Can you research this for me on YouTube? Because that's where you'll find out what's going on. I need you to. Just Google it. It's a conspiracy theory.
It is.
If I've ever seen one in fishing, this is one.
Dark States keeping the K9.
Hey guys.
Look, Mike, someone said check your messages. Someone's trying to sneak that dang Pro Blue. I got news for you, YouTube, SUX. You ain't getting it. I don't think my boy's coming off the hammer.
It's not happening.
Oh, get him, Alex.
They're
everywhere tonight.
Mikey and I got the Pro Blues, bro.
It's not happening.
I ain't giving mine up. I got that moist color. What's that one color that I love, man?
It's the Mystic Weed.
Yeah, Mystic Weed, man. That's the joint too, bro. That might be my favorite.
That used to be my high school nickname.
Hey,
Mystic
this color. What do you
weed.
think about this color?
Ooh.
I think they'll all
I
catch
like
them.
that. I like that a lot.
So, Austin, are you not a fan of the high performance herrings anymore?
I don't think I was ever a big fan of them.
Well, there you go, Mike. We wasted our money.
No, that's not true. Listen, a lot of guys have a lot of success on them. I threw them, and they have this big tilt, which there's nothing wrong, right? There's many different actions on glide baits. I do tend to like ones that stay super vertical, but the Gancraft is one of my favorites, and it has that kind of roll tilt.
It gets bit.
It totally gets bit. And you know what? It's just, once again, I tell guys all the time, because they come in and they're like, man, I got this new bait. And I'm like, I can get really spun out, and you can get really deep into the swim bait game and literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars tied up. For me, I'm just being honest. I'm not a bright guy. I try to keep it simple, stupid.
Well, you kind of took your journey into swim bait, to be fair. You've dialed it in, man. But you were you were all over the map in the beginning, bro.
I know. I had a little bit of everything.
You did.
And
now you sold that shit off, man.
I'm just like, there's certain things that I really like. And,
and that's fair, because
are you guiding every day?
You spend time on the water, and you're dialing it in, Austin. That's the whole point of the matter.
Yeah.
Is now that you've experimented with all those different baits, right? You've explored them. You've explored the Gancraft in a hookless mode.
No, I haven't, bro. That was Travis. He
that was a super spook.
He explored the lunker plunker hookless, bro. Hey, that was another thing.
That is one of the funny. That's one of the funniest moments in YouTube. Wait, time out. I gotta say this. That is one of the funniest moments. The Big Time Jimmy, best of Epic Eric and the worst of Jimmy Big Time. Travis put this montage together. That moment where Jimmy
stop jerking.
That moment where Jimmy says that, I'm telling you guys, that is one of the funniest moments in YouTube history of bass fishing, in my opinion.
This is what I forgot to tell you earlier. Remember, you said when he saw the hook was down that one's throat earlier, he got excited and tried to get it.
Yeah.
When Travis sees sphincters,
no,
he's all in.
No.
I thought Travis had the monkey.
That's why those people are blowing up our chat. Is because Travis has been searching sphincters.
Is that why it happened?
Watch out for that monkeypox, Travis.
Oh my God.
No, man. No. Now I'm never going to look at a bass's throat the same way. Why'd you have to say that?
Dude, it was his lunker plunker hookless that he was messing with. I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about now, man. What the hell? Travis, take control of this show.
He's quiet because he's on there clicking on the links in the comments.
Come on.
Oh, man, come on.
He's just looking for a sponsorship opportunity. He's trying to get Eric a little paycheck on the side, right?
Holy moly, man.
He deserves one for sure. Man, hey, Travis, you asked if I was guiding every day?
Yeah, good way to land the plane, babe. I like it. Because the plane was going like this. You just pulled it up hard. Yeah, you got it. It was like this. You were holding on. It was going into the.
Who does your hair? Who does?
I do my hair.
That's the first question, actually. Who cuts your hair?
I go to two places down Fayette Street. I am Sergio or Style Man.
All right. Did you notice the back?
What?
I don't even know what I was going to say. Okay. Second question.
Yes.
Who dresses you in the morning?
I do.
Oh my God. You look like such a Randy, bro. With that. This is Randy Central.
A lot of people probably don't know what the term Randy is.
That's Randy.
This is
look how cool I look, dude. This is for Gotham, which I hate Gotham. Right. I'm good at it. I'm good at everything.
I would like
Third question. How many times a day do you brush your teeth?
Honestly?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Have you ever explored this without hooks on it?
As far as
just exploring it. I'm just saying. He said it. What are you telling your? Here's number 5.
Oh gosh. telling you, man.
Oh,
He gets excited with the shrinkies.
Jimmy destroys me, man. Is there anybody funnier than Jimmy Steiner, man? Honestly, Travis,
That's good.
that is a classic. Jimmy Big Time, man. I mean, who thinks of that? Why? How did it come about? Why was there a hook with spook on the table? Who would look at that and ask the question in a very slick way? And then you're caught off guard because you're trying to make a serious bass video. And then he goes, just explored it.
Oh,
I can't take it, man. I'm about to lose it. Oh, my jaw hurts. I got tinnitus in my ear. I got TMJ now. I'm a wreck.
Oh, it's terrible. I can't
Whew.
even.
Okay. All right.
we need to get him on soon, Travis.
Man, the return of Jimmy Big Time. We all need a little Jimmy Big Time in our life. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, were you asked if I was guiding every day?
I asked, are you throwing big swim baits every day, or do you sometimes experiment a little bit?
And I don't explore them, but I do. We do.
How many lunker peppers do you have?
So here's the reality.
You gotta take me off, Travis. Take me off the show, please. I can't. I'm coming unglued, dude.
Oh gosh, my freaking cheeks hurt, dude.
I can't. I'm all right. Come on.
Yeah,
Be serious.
Get it together, E.
I'm trying, man.
Come on.
No, most of a lot of the trips I take are people who are just up on vacation. They're like, hey, we want to fish. They're exploring the lake.
What is so damn funny, Eric?
Just exploring the lake. You don't say explore right now. Why did you have to say explore the lake?
They're exploring the waterfalls, bro.
Oh man,
they're all over the waterfalls, exploring it, sticking their hands and stuff in it.
Man, I'm in trouble, man. I'm in big trouble right now.
I'm pretty close. You guys get it together, please.
Are you breathing into a bag? Or are you hyperventilating?
He's got the damn ShamWow out, wiping out the tears off his face.
Get it together.
I'm trying, man. I'm not right. I'm not right.
So, anyways, most of my people, they explored the underneath docks with Senkos, and but no, and then like 30% of the guys are like, hey, I want to go out and do it, and they're like, they want to go out and swim bait. So that's the deal.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
gotcha.
Oh gosh,
what's that question all about?
I don't think Jimmy Big Time's canceled. He's he got busy.
He's big time, and we're all just little time.
That's right. That's right.
Jamie Dude says he has to take his Explorer in for an oil change.
Let's go. Keep the ball rolling.
Juice, I was good, man. Don't get me unglued again, everybody. Man, I've cried more this weekend than I've cried in a while, man. Oh man.
This is good.
I needed that after that ass kicking on Sunday or Saturday,
hey,
Friday.
E, I'm sending you a phone hug, bro.
Man, bro.
If you would have just got the catfish off the hook, I think things would have been a lot better.
Yeah, what was up? I'll be honest. That was as someone who looks up to you, E, I was like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
I like to bug him.
On the deck.
There are times when I actually do it on purpose. Because he stands on the trolling motor. I want to grab a catfish. It's doing the death roll. I ain't sticking my hand down there where it's going like this, right? And then I can see he's getting annoyed, and then I'm going to take my good old time.
The highlight,
because he just gets so upset. He had a hair trigger temper this weekend. I mean, like hair trigger, like fast. He would go from zero happy to pissed off, can't see straight in like 2 seconds all weekend long.
Like that other dude you fished with.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro.
And the other dude you fished with, and the other dude
that I fished with.
Did you explore their anger?
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Well, you know,
It's
I mean,
dangerous.
hey man, people can be serious when they're fishing. I get it, man. You know, I'm intense. You know, I like to win. You know, I like to beat
The
hard.
highlight of that whole clip was when he boat flipped the dink and dropped the rod like his rod was on fire. I thought that was.
Oh, I know. I know, right?
Yeah,
in New York, it was like, this is a big fish. He's getting to be like almost Ike status, man. I mean, giant. I think that's something with guides, man. They want to say it's a giant a lot, and
Hey,
it's not.
I did see a funny picture on Instagram. I don't know if you follow Guide Thoughts.
Yeah,
it had a picture of Shaquille O'Neal and it had a picture of Kevin Hart, and it said over Shaquille O'Neal, it said an actual 5-pounder, and then it had Kevin Hart and it said what your guide tells you is a 5-pounder.
Right.
Very true, right?
That's exactly
true.
I never tell them. I let them tell me. Man, that's
smart.
4 pounds, right? Yeah,
absolutely
2.5, but yeah, it's 4 pounds.
That's pretty good. This is what I say is, we didn't get an official weight. If I just had an estimated guess, you know, and I throw out an estimate,
right?
Give or take.
Give or take. Alex, are you going to start swim baiting? What's your deal, man? You're the only one on this podcast right now that hasn't fished with me, and I'll be honest with you. Look me in my eyes. I'm beefing with you.
So I'm like Travis. I'm pretty new to it. I have 2 swim baits, have never tied them on or thrown them once.
Which one?
Honest man. He's an honest man.
I like to stick to what works, but this
There you
winter
go.
I have
Keep it simple,
contemplated
bro.
getting into it because I'll have a little more time on my hands. So we'll see. So it's on my mind, but
What 2 do you have? What 2 do you got?
it's they're two clutch swim baits that I got sent to me last year.
Yeah,
they look nice. I don't know how to use them. I don't have the rod for it. I need to buy the rod, the reel. I got to buy all that stuff too.
You know, when I did pick these up from Austin, I did throw this on the Great Lakes, and I did have a lot of follows. It did show some smallmouth to me, but I haven't really thrown it since. So it's been a while. I got to get back into it.
It's all good, man. Look,
I want to, bro.
Listen. It sounds like you're trying to sell it to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
No.
You don't have to convince me. Whatever you have to tell yourself to sleep at night. That's my motto.
That's right.
We
all do that, bro. We all do that.
Smallmouth title is going to come on the TK.
Oh, look at that.
I'm calling it too, because listen, when Mike Powell says something and puts his mind to something,
bro.
The dude is a freak. I told you, I'm not kidding. The only thing that separates me from being a total fishing bum is literally the fact that I have an okay business in the fishing industry. But if not,
what about your family?
Listen, well,
I thought I mentioned your new baby just in case.
Oh, hold on. Talk about
in case she's watching.
No.
You want? I think what you wanted to say was my family and then my business.
Well, no. What I mean is,
you're backpedaling, motherfucker, right now. You better backpedal fast, like super fucking fast.
Let me backpedal. Hold on.
Like, because he's gonna mark this clip and send it to your wife, and you're gonna be in a world of hurt.
No, I want to hear more about if you were a bum.
Listen,
no, a fishing bum, bro, not a bum.
Yeah,
no, a fishing bum.
Meaning
I'm
what?
saying if
no responsibilities, you just hang out on the bank.
If Mike Powers lived in Western North Carolina with me, I probably would end up picking up crack smoking or something, because listen, Mike and I would wake up every morning and throw big swim baits. We would be jobless, have no money. I know, dude.
Jobless. No, there you go. That's a quick way for divorce. Travis, I think what he's saying is the way that it's what you want to be, not on the bank though, on a boat. You've dreamt about that. You know you have, man.
What's that?
What he just said.
Fishing bum.
Being a fishing bum.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's an appealing lifestyle, but I tell people this all the time. For me, it's not my end game. My end game is to literally travel the country financially free with my wife and kids. So,
fishing or just traveling the country?
Oh, fishing too, definitely. But I mean, you know, like you and I talked about it a little bit. You know, we do some real estate investing, and we got some Airbnbs and deals and stuff. I like cash flow. I like business. Period. I love fishing. This is how I always looked at life. Right. I cherish freedom. I've always looked at life. People look at life in two different ways. I'm about to bless somebody tonight. People look at life like security, and people look at life like freedom. And people who tend to look at life, they want security. They tend to never really jump out and take risks because they're and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's just two kinds of people: the people that crave security. They tend to always want a salary. They tend to always want everything very scheduled. People who crave freedom tend to be very high risk takers, which, like I said, this isn't good or bad either way, but I've just always craved freedom. I've always wanted to live life on my terms. You know, my dad was always an entrepreneur. He's like, man, never work hard to make someone else wealthy. If you're going to work hard, do it for yourself. And I'm in the fishing industry. Ain't nobody wealthy in this damn industry. But you know, either way, I was like, with this one life that God has given me, I want to live it how I want to live it. And anyways,
so you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's like, you know, we do some real estate too. We do some other stuff, but I enjoy it. It's definitely risky, but I live life.
No, but I mean, you've been blessed. Your family supported you, right? I mean,
yeah, no doubt.
Without your family, I mean, you might not have your dream right now, right?
No doubt, man. Dream catchers. I'll tell you the truth. Dream catchers, truthfully, you know who put dream catchers in my mind was actually probably my dad, Big Mike.
That's what I'm saying, Big Mike. I mean, hats off to Big Mike for supporting your dream, bro. When you got hurt, because I mean, I'll tell everybody, Austin, I think you were headed to the show, man. I mean, like pro baseball, and you know, you pulled yourself out of the depths of depression and like bootstrapped it, started that fishing club, became president. You know, got a partner that was down with the big bait scene, and then you kind of architected the dream. For the dream catcher thing, man. Yeah, great name, man. Great name. You're
that's
living
why I
it.
tell people too, man. Like at the end of the day, and I think we do a really good job of it. But my job is to encourage, serve, and inspire. Like that's what I really love doing. I love serving our customers. I love encouraging our customers, and I love inspiring our customers. And you know, the reality is, I just put a video up on our YouTube channel talking about haters, just people freaking just. And I'm like, I've never done anything personal to anybody. I like catching big bass, and my desire is to see other people catch big bass, man, because it's just something about that rush and that adrenaline rush, and Mike Powell's yelling in your ear, and you know, there's just that whole. I love it, man. Heck but anyway, listen, if you ever want to try to do anything with your life of any importance, you're gonna have pushback.
Swimbaits at Austin. Oh, I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Say it again, Mike.
I thought you were gonna fill in there. Go throw big swimbaits with me.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. I want to turn this. It's like that dude that got mad because I jacked on a muskie. It's like, bro, come on.
Yeah, there's
pretty. No room for hate. Let's just fucking move on. I fucked up.
You're on a ladder, bro. I mean, come on.
That's pretty petty.
I'm at a 10-foot ladder.
This is.
No
one hates on nobodies. Nobody hates on nobodies. People only hate on somebody's, because it's like, what kind of person are you to hate on a nobody? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're like some people hate on some nobodies, bro. But anyway,
dude,
I hear what
think
you're saying.
About that. Though.
I get the point.
About that, and I consider myself a nobody, and I'm like, y'all. I wake up, I eat breakfast, I kiss my kid and wife goodbye.
Come on, man. You're not telling the truth right now. You know it, man. You know you got some game in the big bait world, man. You're somebody in the big bait world. You know you are. So I think your point is well taken.
I literally just like I said, the only thing that separates me from being a fishing bum is the fact that like I've got a little bit of a business and a family. They fuel me.
You just got to flip that order, bro.
What if all four of us were fishing bums and that's all we did?
I'm messing with you, bro.
Hold on, time out, Travis.
Where would you be a fishing bum?
I don't know, but this whole comment, man, we are getting bombed, dude. It's crazy, dude. It's out of control. It's really, you're getting murdered right now.
We don't get that too often.
That's
where do they come from?
I don't even know. It's crazy. How do they even get on here? It's a bot, right?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I mean, I'll take a look at the links later, but fuck, not right now. We're trying to get through this show.
But if you want to have no time to fish, but a bunch of really cool baits,
that's
right. Big swim bait.
Yeah,
you have to work to pay for
it. Exactly.
All right, real quick, let's end this on a fantasy. If we were fishing bums, I want to hear everybody's answer. Where would your destination be to be that bum? Me personally, I would probably be somewhere tropical, and it would be saltwater.
I heard that one. That's what I was referencing earlier.
Now you got to give me it. If you were a bum, where would you be located?
Dude, I'm doing what I said I was going to do a year ago. Legendary Lakes tour, man. I'm going to travel across the country.
Now you
Now
can't
you're
really
fucked.
drive around the country. You're in one
He
spot.
can
and you're doing
hitchhike
your
around the
thing.
country.
Living in
Where
a
would
tent
it be?
in a cloverleaf somewhere.
Are you gonna be
Where is it?
down the
you
the
mean
Harris Chain, the St. John's River in a trailer
So a fishing
next to a
bum.
cypress tree? What are you doing?
So we're saying no money. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
you're
realize
just
the
you're
no money
living off
part.
the lake, bro. You're fishing.
Yeah,
You're trying to
probably.
get by. You're bartending at night. Where are you at?
Yeah, interesting. It's probably going to be somewhere south, man. Probably Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Like what part now?
Oh gosh.
Harris Chain of Lakes.
For real?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
What are you doing, Austin? I know what I'm doing.
Where are you at, Austin?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think where I live is
Really?
literally the prettiest place on earth. I've been to a lot of places, so I'd probably just cuddle up with
Live
a
in the
black bear in a
mountains.
cave. Yeah, dude, Unabomber style.
All right. Mike?
So, besides spooning with Austin out in Western North Carolina,
in a cabin,
probably,
like Matt Peters.
probably would be like working for the cartel down at like Lake Baccarat, maybe.
That's what. that's another thought. Which, hey, Mike,
Mike,
I got to reach out to you because I talked to a certain somebody and they're putting together a Baccarat trip after Thanksgiving.
There you go, man. Land of the Giants.
Land of the Giants.
All right, bros. I got to roll, man. I'm gonna I got a movie date. So I will yeah. Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. I'm late
It's
for
the
it.
famous words of Ricky Bobby. It's the first that gets paid and it's first
That's
that gets laid.
Ooh.
Go get him,
Interesting.
Eric.
This has
Go
been a
get 'em.
saucy stream, man. Austin, you are a freaky dude because when you come on, these are the most sexual streams of all. And you are the freak nasty swim baiter. So not only would you be a fishing bum, you'd be a freak nasty fishing bum. And
Dude.
Mikey Powers, I'd be careful curling up in a cabin with him,
Hey,
with Matt
time
Peters
out.
narrating.
I'm afraid to go.
Travis was literally just talking about being a fishing bum and talked about a hookless spook beers fishing bum. I was just
I don't even know, man.
oh, it's terrible.
Alex, where's Alex going to be? Unless he said it and I didn't hear it.
No, I'd probably go like somewhere Northern California. I know California has a lot of good like homeless and bum programs, so they'd probably hook me up and take care of me if I just wanted to live off the street.
Northern
homeless programs.
Just join the rest of the people in San Francisco.
Hang
living
out
on
in
the
San
street.
Francisco.
Here we go,
Diego,
man.
something like
Here
that.
we go.
Do a little bit of heroin and fentanyl.
You're settling for the security, man. You need to go with the cartel.
All right, Eric, you go get your movie on. We're gonna continue this for a little
All right,
bit.
you
We're gonna
guys
call this
continue it.
Smallmouth Crush After Hours.
Oh, it hadn't been one in a long time, man. You guys enjoy. Mikey
Thanks.
Powers, congratulations on an epic catch.
Thanks, bro.
Austin, legendary stuff you're doing down there, man. Living that big bass dream and dream catchers fishing. And Alex, you're the man as always. And Travis, man, what can I say, bro? We'll get him next time.
Sounds good.
Trying
All
to
right,
get out
late
on
night.
the day.
Time to get late night on them.
About 2 weeks, maybe.
Say it again, bro.
You want to get out in the Upper Bay in like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
During the week.
2 weeks I'll be. I think I'll call you, bro. Call you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Let's talk. We'll compare calendars, my brother.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good, man. Peace, guys. Austin.
See you,
man.
He's about to get real, Austin. I call him Sawston Austin when he puts the glasses on. Welcome, Sawston Austin.
They call me Frost
to
and
the show.
Austin because I'm sweet and white.
Oh God, there it is, man. I'm leaving on that note.
Imagine being in a 10-foot plastic boat with this guy for like 8 hours, 3 days.
Not to mention, I am 6'4", so I mean,
It don't matter if you're in a 10-foot plastic boat, a 4-runner running around Smith Mountain Lake, or you're actually. It doesn't matter. In the shop, riding in his diesel truck, dude. Me and him, it's a laugh-o-rama, dude. The dude's funny. I know I can crack him up, and he cracks me up, man. We cry a little bit. We had some cry moments there for sure of laughter, and that's a good thing, man. Because no matter what's going on, man, keep laughing, right? Keep it positive, man.
That's right. Hey,
keep them vibes coming, bro.
I'll catch you on the flip side of the moon, eh?
Not
Peace,
if
bro.
I catch you first, bro. Not if I catch you first. Peace on out.
Later. Okay. Wow. First of all, before we go any further, which we're not going to go out too much longer. We all got to get to bed. We all got to go to work tomorrow. We got to pick a winner, Alex.
We do.
The Monster Bass giveaway. What we got?
Yo, what up, Mikey?
What up? What up?
Dude,
So
I gotta
for the
wake up at
winner-
like 6. I gotta wake up at like 5.
Me too.
Do you have a
But
trip
yeah.
in the morning? On the
Every
bay?
morning. Yeah.
So I am guiding a bunch. Though.
This one's actually tomorrow's easy. He wants me to go in his boat, and I get to set up his electronics. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that literally means eat sandwiches and Cheetos and just hit buttons.
You in the upper bay? What do you need electronics for, man?
You'd be surprised, bro. Just come on.
Just get out there, man. Any Randy?
Nah. You would think.
Oh man! But before we get too far into it, the winner of our giveaway tonight was Todd. That was his name, Todd. If you have a last name and address, please reach out to one of us.
Good job, Todd.
But Todd was our winner.
Reach out to us. Send us your address, and we'll get that out to you. Very good.
Absolutely.
I want to thank everybody that did the super chats. We certainly appreciate that. We're going to try to continue to. Well, I always forget to do the giveaways. I've been slacking lately, guys. Slacking. How do you get stuff done, Austin? Talk to me.
So
how do you get business? How do you get paperwork? How do you do stuff when you get up early and you fish till what, 1, 2 o'clock?
Yeah. So
you probably have sometimes an hour drive back home.
Yeah. This is how I do it. Unbelievably gracious thing called employees.
Yes.
Yes, that is fantastic. My dad works for me. We got a new guy named Jennings Cooper who's great. He's going to crush it. And then I've got a lot of people that like my real estate stuff. I've got a great realtor. I've got some business partners who handle things. Employees solve a lot of problems. So, yes. But the thing is, we've talked about this before. You gotta hand them responsibility. Like ultimately, I feel like if you want something done right, do it yourself. I've always heard people say that, but at the same time, I'm like, I definitely have to prioritize my life. Like I really enjoy it. This actually kind of cut me up. This is the first night I haven't kissed my son goodnight, like since he's been here and been in town and I've been in town, but like, it's just priorities, man, you know? And I pay guys extremely well to help a brother out. So
got it.
Yeah, man.
Fair enough.
He said he'd give me a job.
I offered you. Didn't I offer you a job?
Stock the shelves. Yeah, you offered me a job.
Dude.
My wife said absolutely not.
Anyways, what do? You just go crazy doing all your own work, Travis?
Everything.
That's brutal.
You just need to wait a couple years, Travis, till Cole can like read and write, and then you'll be set.
Yeah. I'll be honest, man. It's very, very tough. Because I prioritize, and you guys know this. I'm neat. I'm organized, but I haven't been this year. It's tough.
Do you feel like worse about it since you're not organized?
Sure. I feel terrible.
Here's a question too, and I deal with this. I work extremely hard. I think every fishing guide works extremely hard. People are like, you have a dream job, and I'm like, trust me, it's cool, but there's a lot of headaches that come with it. But at what point of the year do you really start dealing with burnout?
Because of my commute. Like I guess burnout, because I get to change scenery too, right? So I only got 2 more weeks here at this dump called the Chesapeake.
Yeah.
And then I get to head up to New York, and Fish Lake, Ontario. So I get a change of scenery, which definitely helps things out. So I don't know about burnout.
Yeah.
Because listen, when I'm not working, like when I'm not guiding in the winter, it's great because I can really get stuff dialed in and done. It's just this time of year, you have all these goals and dreams, and not even dreams, just like things you want to accomplish, and time is so precious and short.
Oh, no.
And then you have a lot of variables being thrown in there, whether it be mechanical issues or, this and that, or stuff like that. Just things get bombarded and then piled up, and then paperwork. For me, it's all about the paperwork, and just it piles up, and my to-do list, trying to get all the calls I have to make on the way home, following up with if individuals, just people in general, would and I know their life doesn't revolve around you, but just talk customer service, just simple things like call a guy back, let's square this up. don't let me keep chasing you every other day and follow up to try to get some answers to simple things that I just need to know to move on. Does that make sense?
I get it, man. I get it. And I've tried to streamline that process and kind of make it where, like, I think people should ultimately work where they thrive. And I really enjoy guiding, and I really enjoy making content. And I'm like, I've pretty much streamlined everything to the point where that's pretty much what I do. And I like making deals. I like doing real estate stuff too. But I will do this real quick. There's one other question that I saw addressed to me. YouTube Sucks asked if I utilize forward-facing sonar and swim baiting, and the answer is yes. If you go to the channel and I don't know, just go to Dreamcatchers Fishing YouTube channel. You can watch a ton of our swim bait footage, but you'll see some catches with the Hinkle trout. This big dog, 11-inch bait. Saw some fish on suspended trout and saw them with this forward-facing sonar, cast it above them. They come up and smashed it. But anyways, that's it. That's all I got. Hey, Travis, can I tell you something real quick, though?
Go ahead.
Actually, the last thing. I always appreciate you letting me come on this show.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
And is E the co-host or is Alex the co-host?
Well, he's technically the co-host, yes.
I'm just wondering if I can't come and steal his job. That's all I'm saying.
Your internet connection is a lot more reliable than his was this evening, so that's
According
a good.
to E, Travis doesn't pay well. Just want to let you know that, Austin.
Well, well, I can answer that question because Travis is in the fishing industry, and nothing in this industry pays well.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
So, anyways, but I'm out. Hey, Alex, I didn't tell you this, but looks like you need some sunlight, brother.
I know. It's really weird how it works. Like, so my computer's very white, like the background right now, but I'm probably as tan as Travis is. You just can't tell.
Really?
Yeah. Whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night. That's my motto. So good deal. Hey, I'm out. I need sleep. Like, I got to wake up early. I'm going to be zombie, man. Hey, Mike. Love you, brother.
Yeah, I love you too, bro.
All right, man. Dude, our souls are forever tied together.
Forever. Hey, we got to set up the trip next year.
I'm down. To anybody watching, if you guys want a swim bait trip, holler at us, 828-354-0250. Go to the YouTube channel, Google us, read some of our fantastic reviews and some of the hater reviews. I love those, by the way.
This dude will let you catch a giant fish and then go and turn and throw that bait, his favorite bait that you can't even get, off the rocks.
That's right. That's right. That's part of it. Anyways, I'm out. Love you guys. See you.
All right, guys. We'll talk to everybody later. Thank you for hanging out with us. Mike, thanks for coming on. Austin, Alex, good work.
See you guys.
We'll see you guys next week.